fucking my eyes. Holy shit.
Overheat. I keep my sweater on.
I need a little technical difficulties tune to play during moments like this.
Ding, 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 ding.
So we're not recording yet.
Yes, we are.
Are we?
Yup.
Well, in that case, I'm going to finish my description of the video here.
Hang on one second. Trying to.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
It'll work.
So basically, I obviously haven't watched the whole video, but he starts it off by saying that
You never even told what the title of the video was.
that's what it is, the subliminal racism of Star Wars.
No, you never said that. I
thought I did.
You said subliminal and then you stopped.
Well, because somebody interrupted me. but anyway.
So you didn't say it. You admit it.
So basically, his first point on why, and this is how he's pulling people in. Keep in mind, this is how he's going to pull people in to think, oh, he has a point. Let's
It's
see
his
what else he has to
thesis.
say. Yeah, this is his opening point. The wire that is on Kylo Ren's lightsaber is like the vein of a penis, and so therefore,
Wait, what? Where am I?
Kylo Ren's lightsaber is an allegory for penises.
All right, cool.
So that was his opening point.
What's happening with racism, though?
I think it was racism and sexism. Now that I'm thinking, it was some stupid nonsense.
If there's talk anything phallic, it eventually
does come back to
goes to
racism.
racism.
So you're telling me it's a
there.
tism. Got it.
So yeah, that's how he opened the video, and that goes on for an hour.
Oh boy, it's,
Sounds
sounds like something.
something terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe if we have like a spare 12 hours, we can cover that video.
We're gonna be starting that at 3 in the afternoon.
Nope.
Yeah. So, what episode are we on now?
15,
Nice. Nice.
14.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say 15 because I've been correct so far, and if I'm correct
I
enough,
think you're on there.
I'll use my correctness powers to make it so.
So, today I watched The Shining and Doctor Sleep back to back, basically. The Shining is really good. Really good movie.
Kubrick is
Would recommend.
Kubrick is the best director. I legitimately think
Yep.
best director ever.
And I even remember thinking to myself, because I remembered the ending slightly differently, because I don't know, you've seen The Shining, right? Okay.
I know what happens. Though.
Yeah.
You should watch it. It's a good movie to watch.
I'm sure
Well,
it
it's
is.
like, and there's so many good character moments too. Because it's like there's so many things like you don't see in movies nowadays where characters just talk, and like those moments where it's like with Danny and black guy whose name escapes me when they're talking. When they're talking, like that scene is
not
such
gonna
a
make that joke.
such a good scene. Like it's such a good moment between those two characters. And there's another moment when Jack Nicholson is talking to Danny, and Danny just randomly looks up at him and says, "Daddy, you'd never hurt us, right?" And Jack is just like, "What do you mean?" And it's such a good. It's so well done, just in every aspect. Dr. Sleep, not so much.
Yeah.
And I
wanna
think
see it.
I think it's worth a watch. I still think it's worth a watch. It's not as bad as It Chapter 2.
What
I
about
think-
1? Like, how's it with it?
I think It 1 is better.
Really?
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah, I think
Nestled in between there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you liked It 1.
I will admit I have to rewatch It Chapter 1. Like I could watch it again now and think, oh my god, this is terrible. But I remember really liking Chapter 1. But I will admit, I maybe not anymore.
I mean, look at it this way. Comparatively to 2, it's probably still better.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But
Like I said, they pulled a lot of the same actors from Haunting of Hill House, which was a good move because the people who played in Haunting of Hill House were really good. Ewan McGregor was really good.
here he sucked it up, and he didn't suck it up. But,
Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I know. He's
going
he's
full
an SJW.
SJW fuck ass. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, stop shilling for this garbage ass movie, dude.
Yeah, he's I don't know
The
what's
funny
going on with him, but yeah.
Oh god, I saw the worst comment about that movie too. The worst. People were like, "This looks like shitty ass Birds of Prey." I'm pretty sure this insert character here wasn't even in Birds of Prey. One of the comments is like, "Yeah, but you know how much Birds of Prey are actually going to be in the movie?" And I'm like, "It's literally called Birds of Prey. Are you a fucking idiot?
I saw one comment that said if they would have spent half as much time on the script as they did at making Margot
Robbie's
Robbie
outfits.
look ugly, then the movie would be good.
They roasted her. That's good. I'm not gonna see that one. Just like I didn't see Suicide Squad. Because
It was
those
made
movies
by
are
the
stupid.
Like
I
that
hear
came
it
from
did
the.
better than Suicide Squad.
I mean that doesn't.
But that's
really
a low
superly
fucking
surprise
bar.
me. Yeah.
That's a low bar to get over.
Yeah. But anyway, so the plot for Doctor Sleep now is we have grown Danny Torrance, and they tried to do like a little bit of that.
He hasn't seen The Shining. He
I
doesn't know
understand the
Danny.
base idea of what's
Okay.
happening.
Yeah.
You know who Danny Torrance is?
You know what
He's
the
the
actors
kid
look
Okay.
like and
from
all
the-
that.
from-
And this,
Shining, right?
yeah, Danny was the kid.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, they tried to get like a young actor to play young Danny Torrance, and it kind of worked. It kind of didn't. Then they got another person to play the mother, like the same, like not even like future mother, like but like the same age. So they just got somebody who kind of looked like her, and it was like,
Whatever happened
It
to
was
her?
all right.
She played that and then Olive Oil.
did she?
Yeah.
I haven't seen very much of her. Like that's the
That's
only
it.
movie I've even
She
known
played
her in.
Olive Oil for the 1989 Popeye movie.
Dang.
That's like all I've seen her in ever.
I've seen her in a couple of things.
Obviously, nothing that's worth remembering.
Yeah. Wonder if she's still kicking around.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so we kind of properly open showing the mother from Hill House because she's the main antagonist in the film. She's like luring this little girl who has The Shining to her, right?
Okay, now explain to me again what The Shining is.
Okay.
That's one thing I don't actually
See,
know.
okay,
I
so
don't
here's
I'm guessing what is it? An ability to talk to ghosts or some bullshit?
sort of.
Mom and Rocket Man.
It's the Force.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
spoiler alert. Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah.
It's the Force.
It's the Force in Doctor Sleep. It's actually like something not stupid in The Shining. So in the original movie, basically all you can do with it is like very low level telepathy and a little bit of prophetic powers, like a little bit like you can kind of see
So
the future.
minor clairvoyance.
Minor clairvoyance. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Whereas in Doctor Sleep, you have telekinesis, mind control, possession.
So you're telling me that The Shining, you have the Shining is to have psychic powers.
Yes.
Voodoo god.
Be a psionic. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and then they just
And it evolved into Mega Shining.
they turned
Oh,
it into
God.
Mega Shining. And it was
Can I double digivolve that into War Greymon Shining?
it's the same. They did the same thing to The Shining that they did to the Force in Star Wars, because like in Empire Strikes Back when Yoda lifts the ship out of the water, and it's just like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then you compare it to what the Force can do in the sequel trilogy, and it's just like, yeah, that's nothing.
It's the concept of power creep again. Like you gotta like add
You gotta
cooler
one-up
stuff
it.
onto it. Gotta
See,
do
yeah.
that's the thing. It's sometimes it's not about. That's why I like powers that are simple, used creatively. When you can make something that's so basic and then you make it better because not because it's powerful in itself, but because you're good at using it.
Yeah.
A lot of animes are good at that. They give these characters mundane ass powers, but the character's so intelligent they can use those powers to their advantage. In
Then you
extreme
gotta
ways.
develop a character.
Yeah, you're right. I
About that
forgot.
anymore.
We're not doing that.
Yeah.
we ain't doing it. No.
The character
Yeah.
is what they can do and not who they are.
Hot clown chick in a weird coat. Go.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so The Shining, the Shining itself was better in The Shining than it was in Doctor Sleep because you actually knew what it could do. Whereas in Doctor Sleep, you're just like, I don't know.
Do
So-
whatever.
Girls shining something.
Yeah. So
Flashlight.
we're introduced to a little black girl.
What is her name so that you can stop calling her little
yeah,
black girl?
It's Abra.
Okay, stop calling her little black
Abra?
Yes.
Yes, her name's Abra.
Yes,
Like the Pokemon?
Yes.
No, like the word abracadabra.
First of all, Kadabra.
Yeah, I know.
Harry Potter boy.
I'm aware. Yeah.
Also, that is also the same thing because it's Abracadabra, Alakazam, and Pokemon. So yes, I am right.
Okay, sure.
Does she teleport away?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she could teleport. Honestly, like
Does she
with all
run
the-
away immediately?
she is portrayed like Rey levels of powerful. Like this chick is so incredibly powerful with The Shining. Like she's like, okay, so basically, we have our antagonist chick,
Yeah.
and she's the leader this cult thing that feeds off of the Shining, and they are able to gather like not immortality but extended lives from feeding off of the Shining.
Subjectional or like fucking
They're
subjective
not
immortality, where it's like
Yeah.
they can do it. They'll technically, as long as they continue, they
As
will
long
be
as
immortal.
as long as they have an endless supply of Shining to feed off of, they can live forever, pretty much. But as soon as there's not as much Shining, they're going to start withering away and dying.
So they're
And that's-
weird, like eternal psychic hunters.
They're kind of like vampires, is the best way I could really describe it.
Instead of blood, they feed off of psychic energy.
Yes,
No.
yes,
Oh no, we're gonna get Salem's Lot next. Fuck.
probably.
Fuck.
Or wait,
gonna
is that
happen.
actually confirmed or?
I think
I
that
don't
actually,
know, but
I think it is.
no, oh no, they're making this the Stephen King universe. They're making this the Stephen King universe.
Well, they're also remaking The Thing.
They're gonna.
They're remaking The Thing. It's going to be terrible.
They've already remade it.
Well, they did a prequel to it. This is going to be like the actual
they tried to remake it with that prequel.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, here's the thing. Like they're going to have the Blumhouse people make it. It's going to be awful.
like the people that did District 9.
No. Blumhouse are the people, they might have done. Actually, I don't know if they did District 9 or not. Blumhouse are the people who did Truth or Dare, the Halloween remake.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no.
I just don't even think the original Halloween was that good to begin with, but the remake is infinitely worse.
It was definitely more boring slasher. Halloween was.
Yeah.
I understand that maybe back in the day that was scary because nothing else had shown up, but now it's like, holy shit, this is boring as fuck.
Also, I feel so bad for Rob Zombie. I listened to his podcast.
Did you?
With Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he never wanted to make a Halloween movie.
Boardroom shit. No, it was turned into boardroom bullshit. We'll
Pretty
put
much.
this in. Have to do this.
Yeah.
And they're remaking a stand too.
That doesn't surprise me. It's going to be awful.
It says a series, right? There may be hope for it.
At least
depending on
as a
where
If it's a
Series.
series, then maybe.
I don't know where series are safe anymore. They're all getting woke too.
I mean, it's true. I just feel like that if it was going to have a chance, it would have to be as a series.
I don't understand how being woke therefore like detracts quality from something. Because I mean, like, sure, you can throw like Black and Asian people at a screen, and it's just like you can still have a good story from that. Why do they have to like make it suck?
Make it feel so inorganic and force-fed.
Like even then, like even if it was inorganic and force-fed, like you can still have a good story from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're so lost in the they're getting lost in the woke.
Yeah.
They're so woke they don't even need stories.
Yeah.
Because they're woke.
But anyway, so the cult kidnaps they're like the big thing that's going on in this movie that they kind of portrayed well was that people don't have the shine as much anymore, and so this cult is like starting to actually start starving a little bit, and so they're getting like a little bit on the desperate side, not like super on the desperate side, but they're getting there. Like we actually see one of them die of starvation essentially. So they kidnap this kid who does baseball, right? And they know he has the shining because he's able to, like, this is a comment that the guy scouting out the kid is sitting next to somebody else during a baseball game, and this guy is just sitting there spouting off the exposition. It's like, yeah, he always hits the ball no matter what, like he can read his mind. It's so awkward.
Why don't we just call the dude Mr. Exposition?
And then
look
it
at the
zooms
camera.
in on the cult guy's face, and he's just like, it's so weird. It's kind of like that. It's really weird. Then they kidnap him, and then they basically torture and kill him. And they
Is
actually,
the torture part necessary?
yes, because they say that pain and fear strengthens the shining.
So it's the
Kylo
X
Ren's-
mutant.
I guess
The X gene,
I guess, yeah.
where they get to use it. It's the spark from Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
It's
Dark side.
every power
It's the
ever.
dark side of the
Yeah.
force.
Where
So-
you're put in an extreme situation where you're like, I'm strong because fight or flight, because it's actually the simplest concept in the fucking universe.
Yeah. So they
Where does there make a power where it's better when you're actually calm and safe, and the more safe you are, the stronger your influence actually would be.
not necessarily. You could make that interesting. But yeah. But yeah, so they torture and kill this kid. And Abra just happens to see it. Like she just kind of tunes into it. They throw it with a throwaway explanation line is like, I know, like the mother says to her the next day, I know that your head's like a radio and you tune into some weird station. That's the explanation they give. But she literally just like her astral projects to where this cult is and watches them doing this.
Why?
Because she just did.
Well,
It's in the script.
convenient.
Yeah, very. And so the leader lady sees this happen. Like, she notices the girl's presence, even though that she does it several other times and she doesn't notice. So,
Okay, hold on. If that's the case, do these people have other powers besides being immortal?
technically they have the Shining too.
Does that mean that other Shining, like if the girl realized that she could do this, she could suck the Shining from them?
I don't think so, because so that's the other thing too. Like, they had this little girl, this is where they introduce another Shining power. Like, they introduced like the whole mind control thing. Like, this 15-year-old chick is like luring pedophiles out and then like stabbing them to death or something like that by like, yeah, it was like, fair enough. But like, she gets this one guy to go to a movie theater, and then she literally just says, you're falling asleep. Falls asleep, takes a knife, stabs him in the face a couple times. And yeah. She doesn't kill them, actually. She marks them, because she has the rattlesnake as her like nickname or whatever. But basically, the cult is going after them. Yeah. The cult is going after her. They catch her, and then instead of eating her, they recruit her to the cult. Because
Why would you do that?
now see, I'm going to get to that too. The reasoning they have behind that is like, I've never like the cult leader person says, I've never seen anybody like with your push ability. Like, they kind of establish that there are different forms of the Shining, and her ability is actually really rare. So she said, "Here, come over to this side," and then they have to do this whole weird ritual thing where they feed her the Shining, and it like really hurts or something, I guess. And then like she's not human anymore, I think, but they don't really actually explore that at all. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah. But they set her up like she's going to be a really important character, and then they just kill her later. But anyway,
Cool.
she was probably like way more important in the book. It makes me want to read the book, actually. But so they bring her over,
I
and
don't have it.
wait, what?
Just have it on Audible.
Wow, yeah. They bring her over to the cult, which really. And this is around the same time that they're saying, we don't have enough, like, the shine is starting to dissipate in people. We don't have, like, enough things to, like, we don't have enough shining to keep us healthy. In which case, it's like, you're literally, like, it's like the zombie apocalypse. You're bringing in another mouth to feed. What are you doing?
Now, so the thing here is, okay, your power is useful. We need that. Who's got the most useless power? You do?
Which I guess, because it's like,
She's powerful.
because she uses that ability, she uses, like, her mind control ability to catch people, which is like, yeah, that's, like, useful, but it's still, like, I don't know. Like,
This sounds like a not fun movie for me. This sounds like it's not what I would want from the follow-up of The Shining to be.
It's not like The Shining at all.
That's-
Well, until the end of the movie, then it's like The Shining a lot. But
Well, it sounds like it's trying to be something
much.
else. It sounds like it's trying to be some weird fucking...
it's based off of the actual Stephen King book, and I know that King isn't all about nostalgia throwback. So I mean, I can see why he was trying to make something different.
I would argue that
He's repetitive. He's really repetitive.
He
but,
definitely has a lot of callbacks throughout his books.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a lot. It's a lot of callbacks.
Does he?
Yeah, he ties his whole universe together with callbacks, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Even had a lot of callbacks to his other books.
Like, hey, what's been going on at Derry lately?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
So are all of Stephen King's books supposed to take place in the same universe?
I think so.
Most of them do.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because isn't the
Most
Dark
of
Tower
them.
series supposed to tie them all together to an extent?
It ties in a lot of them. There's some that get left on the wayside, but
Yeah.
vast
one of those things
majority of
where
them tie together.
It easily could be if they want.
Yeah, I mean, it. Anytime that you build the multiverse,
Well, yeah,
and
that's
you
the
get
thing,
to
like-
you get to tie everything
Yeah.
together that you want.
When you're working with like interdimensional crap, like what Stephen King is really big into, like you can make anything all together in one basic reality essentially. But yeah. Anyway, so that's all going on. Abra just happens to see it. Like, apparently she never saw any of the other times that this cult was feeding off of people, but she sees this one.
Okay.
And cult lady leader person sees this, and she makes a comment to her boyfriend thing, I guess, that is like that she's like more powerful than any person she's ever seen with The Shining, and this is really driven like home.
I mean, the dark side is a pathway to power some might find unnatural.
Yeah, but they make that a big point to like really say this girl is really powerful, and obviously they're in their time of like we're kind of hungry. They're like we need to get this person. So,
But if she's so powerful, why aren't they recruiting her?
they bring that up actually,
Okay.
and they say, and cult lady leader person says, "No, we can't have anybody that powerful," or something like that. That's their explanation of why they don't recruit her.
Threat to the power.
I guess. But anyway, so basically the cult lady leader person tracks her down. What?
You cracked your neck or something.
Oh yeah. Force of habit.
There's just gonna be this random part of the like,
I'm sorry.
where Will just kills himself. But because you weren't even paying attention, I just see Jess look at you, looks at me, and I'm just like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. So yeah, sorry. Anyway.
It's always something with your dumb ass. Always ruining the audio.
Are you leaning in? Mumble, 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 mumble.
Nope. Okay, so where was I? Was I talking about? Cult
She's
lady-
too
okay.
powerful.
So-
Laura can't have her in the cult.
Yes. So Abra goes and prints out a picture of baseball kid, and she is able to use this as a conduit, like a printed out picture of him. She uses this as a conduit to watch him getting killed, to try and figure out where he was killed, which is like it's kind of like whatever.
You're saying
It's-
she was seeing into the past?
yes. Which is like it's kind of dumb, but it's like whatever.
That's
I see what they're going for.
It's almost a JoJo power, actually. Sort of.
But yeah, it really just comes down to just like you can do this too. Okay. But she ends up like in the same place that cult lady leader person is at the time. Like she's shopping at a grocery store or something. Cult lady person realizes that she's there and then like tries to get a fix on her on where she is, and Abra's just like get the hell away from me, and like pushes her back and shatters all the glass in the place where she's at.
Oh, so she's 11 is what's happening.
Kind of a little bit. And then that's made out to be a really big deal because it's like, oh my God, she pushed me out. She was powerful enough to push me out, so she's really powerful, and we need to do something about this. It's like, okay, so what's the threat?
They're really, if you just leave her alone, everything stops.
Well, I mean, I'm not talking about that. Like that, I can understand because they're like getting to the point where they need to have something, and this is like a buffet line that's just kind of sitting out in front of them. But the thing is that it's established that this person can hurt them. This person can actually actively hurt them from like across the country, and they're just like, let's go there.
Yeah.
Which again, I don't have a problem with that, but it's more along the lines of just like. They continue to try and do it after she's killed basically all of them.
We've come too far. We can't give up now.
Sunken cost fallacy with numbers.
And but then at the same time, they're trying to say that the cult is still a threat and the cult is going to get her and kill her. And I'm just like, no, they're not. They're getting massacred.
Sometimes, man, you just gotta keep going and throw people at it until you win or you lose. But at least you tried. Here's your participation gravestone.
No, like legitimately.
Just define China.
At one point, Danny says to Abra, I don't know if we can beat her. It's like, what are you talking about? You've massacred the entire cult by yourself. Like, it's like, this is like artificial stakes, basically. It's just like, no, she's really powerful. And it's like, no, she's actually not.
Vegetarians.
Because they have this scene where she actually goes to Abra's house. And she like starts like looking in Abra's mind. I'm trying. I'm sorry. She starts looking in Abra's mind, and then Abra basically says, "I knew you were coming," and slams her against the wall, rips part of her hand off and then goes into her mind and starts going through like her memories and all that. The whole time that the villain of the movie is sitting there screaming and yelling in pain and agony as she's trying to get away from her. And I'm just sitting here thinking, what is the threat right now? These people are a joke. They can't do anything to this chick. It's like kind of bizarre.
That's because what actually happened is that she's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's actually kind of weird.
That's all I got because it sounds stupid as fuck.
It just sounds like it's.
It
sounds like
keep
it
in
could
mind,
have been
I'm
good
also-
as something else.
Keep in mind, I'm also
wasn't
really
The
detailing.
Shining.
I'm really detailing the bad parts. There were a lot of good parts in it.
Sure.
Like they tried to do
Ewan
the whole
McGregor's
thing.
in it. The acting was good.
Yeah. And they tried to do the whole thing of like what they did in The Shining, where you get to see people actually talking to each other a little bit, and you see like Ewan McGregor and black guy whose name escapes me. They have a conversation, and I know, I'm sorry. They have a conversation, and it's like really good, and it's just really good. I can't remember the details of it right now because people were talking over the movie, which kind of sucked. But so basically, it gets to the end of the film, and what Ewan McGregor decides to do is he's going to take Abra to the Overlook Hotel.
As you do.
Yes.
Calling back to the show.
At this point in the movie, everybody else is dead except for Cult Lady Leader. She's the last one left, and she's still coming after Abra. Whatever. Oh,
If you
wait.
want a job done right, sometimes you gotta do it yourself.
Even though
There's
when
a
I do it,
really-
I still get it wrong.
There's a really stupid part I forgot. So at one point, Abra does get caught by
How?
the Mexican. Okay, that part is actually really stupid. I hated that so much. Basically, they lure the cult out to this remote mountainside.
This cult sounds like shit.
What's that?
It sounds like such a shitty cult.
It
Our cult
is.
would be way better. Our cult would be so much better. Our
So
cult would be
they,
so much better.
They lead them out to this remote little mountainy area, and all of them get out and see Abra sitting on the park bench, just kind of looking at them. And Mind Control Lady comes up, and she's all just like, "You're really relaxed. We are your friends," doing the force powers. And she's just like, "Yep, sure." Then Mind Control Lady walks up, stabs her in the neck with a needle, and then you find out it was just Abra's teddy bear that she was projecting an illusion onto, because The Shining can do that as well. And then
Once you've broken it, you've broken it.
and then Ewan McGregor and his little Mexican friend up above sit there and pick all of them off with sniper rifles.
Okay, I have a
As you
question.
do.
Hold on, not done yet. This is how Abra gets caught. Abra is doing this from her house. She's basically Luke Skywalker.
Yes, goddamn.
Yeah.
There's so many.
She's Luke Skywalkering from her house.
That's a verb.
It's actually better in this though. Like it's actually kind of cool the way she did it, and it didn't make her look like a complete coward. But so basically, she's doing that. I know. I'm sorry.
I mean, Dr. Xavier did it too, right?
yeah. But
Right?
Yeah, but he's also handicapped.
Yeah.
There's
no
a re-
ramp access, so he had to learn it. Shit.
So she's there projecting that, and then she says to Danny, "They weren't all there." And then Mexican boyfriend guy like stabs her in the neck with the needle and takes her. So they sent part of the cult to the mountain range because that's where they said that they were sensing her, but then one of them just went to her house. For
I guess
no
one
reason.
of them's whoever had that plan is the real genius.
Yeah. So anyway, he
No,
captures
hold on.
her.
I'm missing a severe part of this. What is Ewan McGregor's character's stake in this whatsoever? Why does he
Abra
care?
just randomly found him, and she asked him for help.
Sure. The evil psychic hunters are trying to kill me. Watches her kill them herself. Why do you need my help?
Well,
I'm
You
just
got
a
this.
dude.
You got this 8-year-old. You got
it's like there was a
Good
point
luck.
at the point of the movie where he says to her, "Run," and I'm just like, "No, don't tell her to run. She's like the giant gun you have. You want her there." But
Ex Machina, get out of here.
but so she gets captured,
masculinity.
and she's drugged, and because she's drugged, her shining's not working. So
Oh shit! They hit her with the jammer drug.
Yeah.
They hit her with anti-psychic power.
Put on.
and so Danny astral projects to her and then possesses her to then talk to Mexican cult guy, and then he's just like saying, what did he say? Lose my train.
This isn't the movie I'm interested in. The Shining was such a good movie.
The Shining was so good.
Just like
he basically says to him, like, of course you think you're immortal, so you're not wearing your seatbelt. And then he telekinesis the steering wheel. Telekinetically.
Messing the steering wheel. Holy shit.
Yes. Telekinesis the car into a tree.
beautiful.
And he goes flying out and he dies. So, because he was an idiot and thought that he could just not wear a seatbelt because he's immortal, even though we already know they're not, he dies and Aber can get away.
They're conditionally immortal in the fact that they'll never die through natural causes of like aging, but
they can still be
killed by shot in the face.
Yes.
Jesus fucking...
And they know this. And yet the guy was still not wearing his seatbelt because he's immortal. And because of that, Aber was able to get away.
Maybe he wasn't wearing a seatbelt because he was a piece of shit. There's a lot of pieces of shit in the world.
There's so many people who don't wear seatbelts, bro.
That's the explanation they give, though. That's the explanation they gave on why he wasn't wearing his seatbelt, though.
Really? They gave that as an explanation?
They gave that as an explanation.
That's... Wow. All right, then never mind.
Can you describe the credits for me? Because I bet it's better than the rest of this crap.
So now he's dead. They go to the Shining or the Overlook Hotel, and
why?
Because it's a really bad place, and for them specifically, because they have the Shining, which means it'll be a really even worse place for her.
Dark side energy.
It's filled with dark side energy.
Oh, it's a Sith temple.
Yeah.
Oh, it's built on an ancient burial ground or some shit, right?
So then we're in the second movie that's in Doctor Sleep, which is basically called Remember What the Shining Was, the movie.
Remember.
Like it legitimately turns into another movie once they get to the Overlook Hotel. It's weird. It just becomes like just callbacks and nostalgia baiting the whole time.
Well, the house, to be fair, what they could have been trying to go for with that was how they did in The Shining. Everything was like a callback and a memory from things that have happened previously in there. So... it may be relevant. I would have to see it.
I
would have to see it because it sounds like it could have. The callbacks could have been relevant.
I would say it's not as bad as some other callbacks I've seen, but I still noticed it, and it was still just kind of like, okay, come on.
You would notice it.
Yeah. But
I'll have to watch it.
Well, yeah, but
because sometimes loops are scary things, and like getting stuck in it, and for Danny that would be pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Pretty terrifying. Seeing your dad over and over.
Well, that's the thing. Is like they do have that scene where Danny talks to Jack Nicholson, where it's actually Elliot's dad from E.T. dressed up to look like Jack Nicholson, which they actually did a pretty decent job on that, I will say.
It wasn't Elliot's dad. It was actually
it was actually Elliot. Sorry, yeah, that's because he was the dad in Hill House, so that's why I was thrown off. But so they talk for a minute, and that was a okay scene. It was all right, but. I don't know. For me, it didn't do it for me personally, but I will say it was decent. But he goes in to wake the house up, essentially.
Like every haunting house.
Yep. And then cult lady leader person comes in. We see her look at the that one shot of the blood raining down from outside, from behind that door. Like we get
as you do.
We get that exact shot again.
The elevator blood thing.
Yep. Yeah. Because remember The Shining, and then she walks off, and we get literally a complete recounting of the scene with the two parents, Jack Nicholson and whatever the other lady's name is. Olive oil. Yeah. Okay, so remember the scene where she's saying they're swinging the baseball bat, saying "Get away, get away." Yeah. They do that. They do that exact same scene again, shot for shot, except this time it's with cult leader lady and Danny. And Danny has an axe instead of a baseball bat. It was so...
That
bad.
That sounds pretty unforgivable.
It was...
I'm trying to give a large benefit of the doubt since it would be like
Yeah.
the memory thing. But
It's literally
pretty shitty.
it's literally the exact same
Pretty
scene.
shitty.
It's literally the exact same scene.
Nice.
And the whole time the
Beautiful.
cult lady leader is sitting there saying, "How did we miss you?"
Who's the cult leader lady?
She's basally somebody who
No. Like who is she?
Oh.
Asking the IMDb
Why isn't
pro.
Abra just choking her out from across wherever? Why isn't she just brain stabbing her? Telekinesis is OP. You literally grip their brain with your mind and crush.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lost her powers because they were in the
No,
Overlook
she had her
Hotel?
powers
She
at
had
that
her
point.
powers
Yep.
back.
that was the
Grip
point.
their heart and just go.
Well,
And
that's
they're going to be like,
you don't even need to do that. Danny had an axe at the time. Like she only has to go like this. Throw the axe into her face. She's done. These people aren't invincible.
It'd be more interesting if they were.
Yeah.
See,
They will be in Salem's Lot.
the thing is about horror creatures sometimes, or thriller type things, like in Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, when you had Mr. X or Nemesis following you, is that you're just doing your thing, and you know they're around.
What was her character's name? Rose?
Rose, yeah.
Cult leader lady.
And then all of a sudden,
Ferguson.
the music picks up, or you hear...
Show 'em.
She's a really good
Pretty good.
actress. Like, all of the actors were so good, and it was just so sad that it was...
Not from Hill House.
I don't
she
know who
is.
that is.
No, she's not. That's not the mother in Hill House.
Jesus.
But
I really thought it
invincible
was.
creatures are scary because they're invincible. You're like, how you can only delay it. Maybe you can shoot it in the head and it'll like deactivate for a bit while it repairs itself, and then it's just gonna get back the fuck up. That's what made Mr. X and Nemesis so scary in Resident Evil 2 and 3. They just show up and you'd be like, fuck. Do I waste ammo on delaying this motherfucker, or do I just run away because he won't die? That's what made them scary. The only time you killed them is because they were the final boss of the fucking game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like in Resident Evil 2, the remake, which is fantastic, by the way, recommend to anybody. You hear fucking the thunderous footsteps of Mr. X coming when you're just doing whatever. All of a sudden you just hear his thum, 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 and you're like, oh fuck. Oh shit, he's coming. And then when you don't even know, you open a door and he's just standing on the other side and you're like, never mind. It's good shit.
Damn. They kind of do look alike other than hair color. But, yeah. I really thought that was her.
Who's the Mon in Hill House? What? Oh, I know who that is. I know who that. She's in Sin City.
Is she?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that, and I really need to.
First one's definitely worth a watch if you like that. If you like that style of movie, like if I like Spirit, it got people dogged on it, but I like that black and white play.
With the blood color and
Yeah,
all that
like-
shit. It looked super stylized, and I like stylized things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
So they have their little battle.
they have their little battle. Abra basically wins. Because they...
Because her name is Magic.
they
That's why she's so powerful.
Which actually, one thing I did like, most of the parts that I liked about the movie actually focused on Danny, actually. But the ghosts from the Overlook Hotel were still coming after Danny after he had left. And so he learned a new ability to basically, like, he imagines, like, a box that closes around them and locks them away. And I thought that was kind of cool. So it's like, okay, like, so he's trapping them in his mind. And I thought that was actually really clever.
And one question though: did he ever talk to his finger Tony? in
No,
that?
he didn't.
Damn it!
He asked for Tony's.
Pointless.
He asked for Tony's help a lot.
Did Tony help him? Did he?
No.
Did Ewan McGregor didn't do it that voice?
I wish that he would have. At one point, it would have actually been really funny because at one point he was sitting there like yelling, "Help me, Tony, help me!" And then there was like this long pause, and I thought, "Oh my god, he's gonna do it!" Like he started to raise his hand, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna do it!" And then he didn't, and I was like, "Oh,"
That would have been the one nostalgia payoff I would have been okay with.
because it would have been hilarious. First of all,
You familiar
See?
with Tony, the finger from The
Yeah.
Shining?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
Yeah, but sadly they didn't.
Okay.
So basically, he closes up the people, like the dead woman in the bathtub from The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
She actually plays like a big role in this for some reason. Like she's somebody who's really trying to go for Danny a lot, and someone who's really haunting him a lot post hotel. And there's the scene.
Just a bitch in a
That's
bathtub.
the thing. They make it out like the ghosts feed off of The Shining too, I think, but not in the same way that the cult people do.
Oh, I can
Okay.
understand that. If The
I can
Shining
too.
Is a psychic.
It's the Force.
It's like
Just call
almost,
it the Force.
it's
Call
almost
it
like your
It's-
life force, essentially.
It's an energy. Ghosts need energy to be able to project themselves.
Yeah.
So I can understand.
all the ghosts are
being-
doing their Palpatine thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's a scene there was a scene that I thought was really good where they had little tiny Danny Torrance look over into the bathroom, and it shows the woman in the bathtub like looking at him. And this is after he's learned the closed box trick. And so they have this shot where he just walks into the bathroom and the lady like slowly stands up and you see him just close the door behind him. And then it just cuts to black, and then we see Danny walking back out to his mom, and the mom says, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm really good." And I thought that was actually really well done, and I liked that a lot. That was at the beginning of the movie, the part of the movie I liked. Then it all went to hell.
Of course.
Yeah.
So Abra wins because Abracadabra.
Well,
butt
technically
fuck
she doesn't
faggot
win,
bullshit.
but she wins the first battle, essentially. So
How
what
are there
happens-
multiple battles when you're this powerful?
it's yeah, I know. So
It's like having the
basically,
ability to instantly kill somebody and you only bust out their kneecaps for some reason. Like, can you just kill this person already?
Yeah.
That's my biggest gripe about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Insta kill spell. Use it.
Yeah.
Why is this spell suck?
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a bad wizard dude, and I'm gonna give you jiggly legs before I kill you.
But they
I'm gonna give you micro penis real quick.
Rose says to Danny once she finds out, "Oh, you have the Shining too." Okay. She says to him, "How did we miss you? You're really powerful too." And then that's just like, "Yeah, how did you miss him exactly?"
Yeah, he shut himself off from the Force.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh god, he is. He's now Luke Skywalker.
So then she goes over to
Obi-Wan
him and she starts she stabs him in the leg and she gets the axe away from him somehow because she has to because stakes. She stabs him in the leg and then she starts puncturing the wound so that she can start feeding off his Shining. And then she's sitting there looking in his mind and she finds all the boxes with the ghosts in them. And she's just like, "Oh, what's this? Is this other secrets you don't have?" And then she opens all the boxes up and then Danny says, "Yes, and they're really hungry." And then all of the ghosts from the Overlook Hotel eat her.
Why don't they eat him?
They do. But then they don't.
Wow.
So
Is
basically,
he dead or not?
I went on a real roller coaster ride in the past 4 seconds.
Okay, so no, they and then that was the other nostalgia bait because one of the ghosts that came up with, or two of the ghosts that came up were the twin girls, and they say the line from before because remember The Shining. Yeah, they say that, and then they all start piling onto Danny and start eating his Shining or whatever, and then we see Abra who's just been wandering
and then
around.
he pulls up both of his lightsabers.
Right. That's why that happened, because he didn't have two lightsabers.
I hate everything.
But Abra has just been walking around the hotel for the last however long, just aimlessly wandering around it. I don't know what she's doing. And then she sees Danny coming around the corner, and he's all pale, and one of his eyes are completely white, and he has the axe. And he's he's going to kill her because remember The Shining. Mm-hmm. So he starts running after her. He even has the same limp that Jack Nicholson had because remember The Shining, even though in The Shining something actually happened to warrant the fact that Jack had
Is
a
there
limp.
a slow
He got
possession thing?
stabbed in the leg.
Oh, you're right. Okay, fair enough. Still.
Is there a weird possession thing going on where he's
Yes.
Embodying
Yes.
his father now?
No, the hotel is just possessing him.
Well,
And that's what Abra says. It's oh, you're just,
it as the
you're
father.
not you're not Danny, you're just the hotel or something like that. And Danny has this weird, echoey, auto-tuned voice as he sits there talking to her, and I can't understand a single word he's saying. And then he goes to hit her over the head with the axe, and she stops it with her mind, grabs his wrist, and then he's back to normal. And then she runs away. He turns back into evil Danny, and then he goes down to the boiler room because Danny had set the boiler
Freddy.
room to blow up, I guess. And then he just kind of sits there and lets the hotel blow up, and Abra gets out.
Dun, 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 dun.
And the movie ends with Abra talking to Ghost Danny and Danny's giving the whole speech of, oh, I said to hide the light, but don't let it shine, all that, that speech.
Why is this movie called Dr. Sleep?
Because
Good question.
because of a reason. It's sad because
That's what the book was called, silly.
They could have done so much more with it. So basically, Danny gets a job at hospice.
Oh, I thought he worked at a mattress center, and that's why he's Dr. Sleep.
I would have liked
No, he
that.
helps the hospice patients
shit.
die.
No, that's basically what it is. Like they have this kind of slightly. That's another issue I had. Like that was a big issue. So basically, they have this cat at this hospice, and the running knowledge is that if the cat comes and sits on your bed, that means you're about to die.
There's a presence for that.
What's that?
There's a presence for that.
Well, no, I'm not saying there's not. I'm saying why would you tell your hospice patients that if this cat jumps onto your bed, you're about to die?
Because they're already getting ready to die. That's why they're in hospice. They're too healthy
Yeah,
to be
I
on
mean,
their
you don't go to
own.
hospice to get better.
I know, but
Yeah.
but
They're too
why
sick
make
to
it
be on their
worse?
own.
There's a lot of comfort in that.
I guess.
That's why it's a legitimate thing that happens.
I guess.
they have animals to come
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like to be around people whose time is near.
Yeah, I guess. Fair
Because
enough.
they're actually Grim Reaper animals and they're there to steal.
They're
us.
actually getting the shining off of
Right,
what they're doing.
I don't.
That's what it
Cemetery.
is.
But
Cat
basically,
vampire shiners.
what Danny did, and he only really does it.
Dracula? No.
Banicula.
But Banicula?
Yeah, he only
Binoculars.
does it. Binoculars. He only does it in like 2 scenes, and it's really sad because they could have done a lot more with this. Is basically he goes and comforts them while they die, like in their last few seconds. He sees the cat go into their room, and he's like, "Okay, that person's about to go." Goes and sits down with them. They sit there and say, "I don't know what's going to happen. I think there might be nothing. I'm going to probably die." And he basically like uses The Shining to essentially calm them down. And basically says like, no, there's like life after death and all that nonsense. And they're always just like, oh God, thank you and all that. That's what he does. That's why he's called Dr. Sleep.
That's stupid.
Slightly. But I mean, I
he's
think
Dr. Sleep because he's this serious patch.
It sounds like Dr. Kill. Dr. Dead.
he's
like,
not the one.
Hospice are going to sleep.
They're not going to sleep. They're going to dead.
his comforting is something definitely different. This is actually Dr.
Well, they
Kevorkian
do
movie.
actually mention that too,
Go to
because like
sleep.
the second scene that he does it, like the guy wakes up, he sees the cat, and then he looks over and sees Ewan McGregor sitting there, and the guy's just like, "Oh, great, you're here." It's like, and Dan's just like, "Yeah, well."
Maybe you shouldn't be having cancer.
So, yeah, that's what he does, and that's why it's called Dr. Sleep. But the thing is the movie doesn't focus on him at all. Most of the movie centers around Abra.
See, okay,
And
that
the
makes
fact
me
that
wonder what
she's-
happens in the book then, because why would you name a book after a character that's not the main character?
I think the book's probably a lot better.
Usually it is.
And,
Depends on when it was written. Stephen King went off the rails for a little bit.
2013.
Ooh, I don't know about
You
that.
might as well have called Lord of the Rings King of the Elves, because that's how important he was.
yeah. But, yeah, Abra
Was he there? Did he do stuff? Yeah. Is he the main focus? No. Because you see you see Agent Smith for like
Danny
a scene and a half.
Danny did kill, like, most of the cult members, technically.
Yeah, but Abra could have just done that by just going,
Which is really stupid, too, because Mind Control Lady basically, like, in her last few seconds of being alive, she orders Danny's friend to kill himself. Like, it's like, she doesn't have the focus to actually, like, do anything else. She's just like, kill yourself. And he's just like, bang. And it's just like, why did you do that? Why didn't you do that earlier?
this is, if you have there's a character who did that in the anime that I watched. His ability literally is, if I say something to you and you reply to me, I have full control over you until I say otherwise. And he waits
What's that?
to just win.
What's that movie that wasn't that Ewan McGregor too? It was a Netflix show. No, it was David Tennant.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Jessica Jones.
That's Jessica Jones.
Oh, freaking
She's,
Kilgrave or whatever.
Yeah, Kilgrave. Yeah. She's basically the Kilgrave of this movie.
That's the thing. It's literally, it's like, when you have a power like that, just use it. Mm-hmm. Also, don't monologue.
She has to be looking at them. She has to be looking at them. It seems like
Not a
they
good
don't
villain unless
actually.
you monologue.
They're not very clear on how her power
And
works.
see, I'd be fine with that if they established that she has to be looking at them.
Which
Just
they
seeing
don't
them,
do.
Which is like, that'd be fine. It's like, cool, restrictions. I like restrictions. Restrictions make rules. Rules make for interesting
But they don't do that.
confrontations.
They should have done that with The Shining, or I don't have a problem with them expanding The Shining and allowing it to do other things. That's whatever.
I feel like they focused on the wrong shit.
What's that?
I feel like they focused on the wrong shit.
They literally turned it into the Force. Yeah. Telekinesis, mind control, possession. What else can it do?
You know what they should have done?
Invading people's minds.
If they wanted to do that, there's a way that if they said if I was for some reason in a position where I was going to let them tell me how to write, and they were said it has to work that they have to have more powers, fine. Every person gets a unique one, and that's it.
They tried to do that though, because they tried to do that whole idea that the mind control ability is really rare.
See, I don't want rare. I want one of a kind.
Yeah.
That's all I would write.
Yeah, that would be better. That'd be a lot
I've read
better.
it. Every character that has
X-Men,
the Shining.
like X-Men 3.
But they tried to make it like there were different types of Shining, which I guess
From generation to generation.
Well, the thing is, there's ways to do that too. There's ways where you can be like, there's
they
I'm forgetting where it comes from.
They referred to the mind control Shining as push, which is really weird. But yeah,
That was a movie that got underrated.
Push.
Yeah.
Never heard
It was actually about superpowers that everyone had. Like, there were only like 6 different kinds of superpowers, and everyone, a bunch of different people had one. Chris Evans was actually pretty good.
I didn't mind that one.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that one. One power thing.
They basically, excuse me, they basically turned it into a superhero movie. That's kind of what it was.
Yep. Well, it sounds like.
See, that's why it's simple to be like, when you have multiple, let's say, schools of magic, you have healing magic and fire magic or some bullshit. Some people are just naturally attuned to a specific thing. They can't use the other thing because their inner energy, their soul, their whatever the fuck is attuned to this. So they can use that.
XD.
And that's it. And that's a way that you can make reasonable restrictions and still make it so people can learn get their power system and not just have it just be like, oh, you just do everything. Because what the fuck's the point? If you want to do that you can make that happen by having, I don't know, some sort of super prodigy, some sort of prophecy, something. Just explain it instead of just being, this person just can because suck my fucking dick, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And then they don't use it correctly. It's like, come on. You had something like that. Like Avatar The Last Airbender did that. It was a reincarnation thing. That was a good idea. That the soul that could use everything was passed down over and over again, and it would keep showing up. That was a great idea.
Yeah.
It was very unique, very done very well.
At least in the first series.
Yeah, well, we're not talking about The Legend of Korra because Legend of Korra is for morons.
Yes. Yeah, but
So maybe one episode?
Yeah, did you feel compelled to watch the rest of it?
Nope.
Exactly.
yeah.
Never watched.
Like I said, I would say that it's
That's a
worth.
shame because it's pretty good.
I know.
It was actually.
I've had
really
a buddy try to get me. I just can't.
I'd say it is worth a watch because there is a lot of good stuff in it, but there's so much bad stuff too, and the bad stuff is really obvious that it really.
I'll say that some of
down.
Korra's action scenes that I have seen are pretty lit. The dude that somehow learns airbending because he wants to,
and I mean,
and he fucking breaks out of a prison single-handedly. His cell up on a mountaintop.
Oh, Ray!
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And the way that he tricked the guards into opening the door and then giving them the ability to fucking pull them with the airbending they didn't know that he acquired and fucking flicks his way out and shoves them in there. It's pretty cool.
He's talking about Airbender or Ray?
Yeah.
I think they actually explain how he does it because he has some book about some bullshit, but it's still in my mind, I'm like, really? He can just learn to airbend?
Yeah, because
but also
doesn't that mean that because airbending was kind of meant to be kind of more of a not a species, but like a subgroup of people.
No, that just happened to be the people that did it. It's the same thing
as
same thing with the water bending.
But what's the point?
I mean, there's
of
more
series?
airbenders in Korra anyway, because Aang had kids.
Yeah,
and then they recreated the monks again.
Yeah.
The air nomads is what they're, whatever the fuck. Either way, I don't have an issue with it. It's just in that much, except for the fact that it's the way you portrayed bending didn't work like that.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because if that's the case, then anybody could be the Avatar technically if they worked hard enough. It's like, oh, I can just learn how to airbend. It's like, oh, I can just
I'm not
learn
sure
how
if
to
it was.
firebend.
I'm also not sure if it was anything else or if it's just airbending. I don't know. I didn't watch it. All I know is that that's the thing that he learns to do that, and then he gets beat by Korra, which is technically is Aang.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're not talking about Korra.
Yeah.
Korra's stupid.
Yeah.
This movie
Sounds
sounds
like we talked
stupid.
about him. It.
I would say it's better than It Chapter 2, but It Chapter 2 was also really, really, really bad. It Chapter 2 was actually just a garbage dumpster fire.
I'm really glad that I didn't watch those movies because I had zero interest in it.
Dr. Sleep was
I
at
should
least...
have known.
I
should have known.
Yeah.
I just that's how I feel about it. Because the first one, like, you can't convince me.
I mean, maybe it was also because I watched it back to back with The Shining, and The Shining is such a good movie.
God, it really is.
But
I need to go back and rewatch like all of Kubrick's movies. There's actually one that I haven't seen.
there's a lot
remember the
of
name of it.
lot of subtlety. It's really interesting
Apparently
watching
it's
The
red pilled as
Shining.
fuck.
Yeah. Like I know there are people that are obsessed with actually just skipping every single frame of The Shining and studying it.
There's like sound files that
Mm-hmm.
aren't audible unless you're listening high enough, and it's like just beeps that form like fucking. He goes
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah,
in that film.
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
so
the
much
carpets in
weird
the Toy
shit.
Story.
There's so much weird shit in that movie while still being a good story.
It's almost
Gets
like
a little
Stanley Kubrick had basically mastered the art of storytelling, and he decided, let's see what else I can do now.
Well,
Like, that's what it feels like.
He wanted to make the best of every type of film.
Yeah.
Was his goal, and this thriller suspense fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Only thing that really kind of competes with it of that time frame, because The Thing.
Did he make an action movie?
I would say Full Metal Jacket. I would say that would
Did
qualify.
he make a comedy?
I mean AI, depending on how you look at it. Quite a comedy of errors.
Yeah.
No, that one can be given to Steven Spielberg. He destroyed that fucking thing.
Spartacus?
He did fucking Spartacus? Yeah. No way. Didn't know that.
The star
He
of
just
Spartacus died.
Yep. 103.
I know, dude lived like a fucking man.
Someone
His
asked me
funeral
what he
was
died
today.
of when said
age.
that he died. I'm like, he's 103. Old. He died from old.
He died because he felt like it.
God damn, because enough. That's long enough. That's enough. He looked like half
the
plastic. He
the
looked
first
like a
Shining
melted
was-
Ken doll at the end.
The first Shining was so good. It's
Yeah,
so
but
good.
him and Michael look so much alike. He really took after his father.
And like I said, you don't see very often in movies anymore, like characters just talking.
No, we gotta have stuff. We gotta keep the tension. Go. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, yeah.
Rise of Skywalker.
All these
go.
These people that
Immediate
say that that's
gratification.
yeah. So the people that actually say that that's boring, it's just like, I mean, fair enough, I guess.
That's
But it's like,
the gripe I'll never get about. I go back to Star Wars so much, but but Phantom Menace, everyone talks shit on it because like, oh, Senate hearings and stuff like.
I think there's a lot
It's also
more.
what the point of those first three movies is about.
Right? Like I feel like that was the
Wonder how
purpose
they're
of
going
the
to
film.
destroy these ones.
What?
Apparently, Stanley Kubrick has 3 more movies upcoming.
Oh, that's weird. Has he been shooting like Heaven? Let's be real. Stanley Kubrick knew about a lot of twisted shit. He was recording. He's
Wait a
recording
minute.
somewhere else.
He's actually giving
His
us movies
screenplays.
from the set from outside the Matrix. He's putting them in. He's programming them in,
He's doing
dude.
it.
There is screenplays that he didn't.
What are they called? Out of curiosity.
Big Dick Rick.
He has to shoot the world's best porn too.
But like I said, while I did detail all of the terrible, awful parts of Doctor Sleep, I would still say it's at least worth a watch because there were some good parts to it.
Sounds like it's not my cup of tea. Honestly.
Fair. Like the bad, I can understand that because the bad parts were really bad. They were really bad.
Not just like the whole like child escort doesn't that type of
That's the
shit,
thing, is
that's
it wasn't even
because
really
it's like
that.
The Sixth Sense and Mercury Rising.
It wasn't even really that. It was more like she was escorting him. That's
Well,
the thing.
they did a flip on it.
If
but
I
it's
want to
still
watch
the
that,
same
I'll
thing.
go watch The Transporter with Jason Statham. Because at least that action is fucking...
Mercury Rising, and The Sixth Sense. Like those
Yeah.
are two Bruce Willis ones that did okay.
It was very
Mercury Rising was funny.
It was very, very Sixth Sensey. Like there was
Do
a
you-
lot of.
Do you know the plot of Mercury Rising?
I do not.
Oh, it's
Mercury doing this.
No, there's an autistic kid that accidentally discovered Russian nuclear codes or some shit in a crossword puzzle, so they're hunting him.
What is this,
Bruce
Stranger
Willis has
Things?
to
What the
save
hell?
him.
Season 3? Jesus.
No, he's just so he's so savant like in his puzzles and shit. So it's terrible. It's not
Sounds
that
like,
great.
yeah. Yeah. It just really was kind of a shame. It started to depress me a little bit halfway through because it started off so good and it got really bad really quick.
I'll still give it a watch, but
So what are those Kubrick movies? I want to see or know what they're called.
there's one.
God-fearing man.
God-fearing man. Okay.
Canadian becomes the U.S. most notorious bank robber or successful bank robber.
Are these just are these scripts that they found of his? Because it really depends on how they get shot, on how good those are.
Napoleon.
They probably won't be.
Oh, that's gonna be. They're gonna that thing up. That could have been the most woke thing. It could have been the most red pilling movie that he's ever done. If they not gonna happen. See what they did to AI. What's that?
Honor.
Honor. What's that one about? I would love a movie about
Confederate
Napoleon.
Colonel John Singleton Mosby, known as the Grey Ghost, and his cavalry, the Mosby Riders, take the General George Armstrong Custer's large Union force during the United States Civil War.
Okay, so that's one of his western. That's his western movie.
One thing I will say about it is, let's say that Joker and from what I hear, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, let's say those two movies did not come out last year. I would say that Dr. Sleep is probably the best movie that came out last year.
Oof.
Do we have a list of movies that came out last year? Have we been over that?
We
should. That's.
I mean, I will not commit to that statement. I will fully admit that I might be wrong if I hear another movie that was better.
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not? Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Add Ready or Not. Add Ready or Not to the
Here's
not.
what we got. Escape Room.
No,
The Vanishing.
never heard of it.
A Dog's Way Home.
No.
No.
Oh, that movie had some awesome controversy.
On the Basis of Sex.
No.
Okay.
Replicas.
No.
Heard
The
it was terrible.
Upside.
No.
The Upside actually looked kind of interesting.
I know nothing about it.
I've heard nothing.
Bryan Cranston is a disabled dude and he's a
Oh.
caretaker, and I think it's Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like an alright movie.
yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, that could be a
guess.
heartwarming movie.
I
I
guess.
don't know. I'm over feel good comedy.
Fair.
Jumanji.
The Aspirin
Well, no, that was
Paper-
2020, wasn't it?
No, that came out last year.
Was it?
Yeah, we went to go see it
Okay,
last year.
okay. Add Jumanji to the list too.
Right.
The Aspirin Papers, Sergeant Will Gardner, The Heiresses, Glass,
You're
which
right,
was
yeah.
apparently not very good.
Yeah, I heard it was. I heard Glass was actually it started off same as Dr. Sleep. I heard it started off really good and then it just went off a cliff. So,
That's unfortunate. I like the Unbreakable universe.
Unbreakable was a great movie. An Acceptable Loss, Adult Life Skills, A Standoff at Sparrow Creek, Sundance Film Festival is not a movie.
Unless they made a movie about the Sundance Film
I feel like
Festival.
if all they did was call it Sundance Film Festival, it's like, for fuck's sake.
did they show
Nobody
it?
would see
Did they show it at the Sundance Film
That's
Festival?
smart.
Yes.
That's smart. You get a lot of views. You get a
The
lot
Kid
of
Who Would
people
Be
that-
King,
Terrible.
Serenity, In Like Flynn,
What? In
Never-
like Flynn?
Never heard of
King
it.
of Thieves,
They remade In Like Flynn.
The
No
Wild
way.
Pear Tree. That was all January. Came
Oh,
February.
God.
Miss Bala? Bala. Arctic Piercing Velvet Buzzsaw. What the fuck are these goddamn
Velvet Buzzsaw.
That sounds like a porno.
I want to see that.
That sounds familiar.
Cold Pursuit.
Velvet, hang on. Pause on Velvet Buzzsaw. That sounds super familiar.
Thank God, because I don't want to read the next one to find out. Like,
What is it?
What is it? Oh man,
it's not it's the movie itself. It's the fact that the title is so lazy. It just hurts me. It's not even funny.
what is it?
The Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Oh,
It's just like
I like the first Lego movie.
I like,
That was
yeah.
alright. What the hell is this? Velvet Buzzsaw. Looks like it's a pretty good cast. Is Jake Gyllenhaal and John Malkovich.
the hell is this movie about?
it's about a buzzsaw that's coated in velvet.
After
You fucking idiot.
paintings by an unknown artist are discovered, a supernatural force enacts revenge on those who have allowed their greed to get in the way of art. It got a 62 on Rotten Tomatoes.
So it's probably really
So
good.
it's
Okay, so The Prodigy.
It's a Netflix show.
I saw The
Prodigy.
Prodigy. The Prodigy is stupid.
Is it? What is it?
The Prodigy is about so this kid is born at the same time, but this fucking serial killer rapist guy
Okay.
is killed.
I see where this is going.
Born at the same time,
Yep.
killed.
Yep.
That dude's spirit inhabits this kid's body, and they're vying for control. And that's it.
That sounds
It was-
like it could be.
It was a
good.
cool concept, and it was at the first. It was like
This
this
sounds-
is interesting. Is the kid just
Sounds like a
crazy?
bad concept, but a
That
good
sounds
one
like
at the same
sounds like the 1980s when Stephen King was doing a fuck ton of cocaine and he was just churning out 30-minute scripts. But then you had like the dude that got sewn back together after an accident, and his arm was a serial killer arm, so it was fucking people up. And, like, that's
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah. What Men Want, everybody knows. Lords of Chaos, that sounds like a fucking fantasy movie. Jesus. The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot.
sorry. What? No, you don't get to skip past that one.
The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot.
All right,
That's
hang
the
on.
title.
I didn't
That's
know.
all one side.
I didn't know we
I
were
love how it doesn't
compiling
say,
a list of things to
And
watch
then
here.
And then-
Bigfoot.
The
Bigfoot.
So run that by me one more time.
The
hold
man
on.
who killed
Yep.
Hitler.
And Then the Bigfoot.
I will be watching that
Who
and
is-
giving an
Who's
update
in?
on.
Yeah, I want to see this movie. Who's
Under
in it?
the Eiffel Tower.
That was released in 2018, by the way.
I'm just looking at the theatrical. Was it released in theaters in 2018? So I'm looking at a list of theatrical 2019s. It also says, hold
That's
on.
beautiful. That's a beautiful. Oh,
It
That's
also says
amazing.
limited, so it could have been re-released.
Okay, so here's the synopsis for The Man.
I mean, it's kind of in the title, isn't it? Like, I'm pretty sure I got it.
Calvin Barr, an old, bitter recluse who was once a legendary assassin for the U.S. government and whose task to kill Hitler almost changed the course of World War II, is asked to come back from retirement for one final top-secret mission to track down and eliminate a Bigfoot that became infected with a deadly disease that could spread to other if the creature remains on the loose in the forest for too long.
So this is about him killing Bigfoot,
This-
and we're just glossing over him killing Hitler.
During
That was
the
just his backstory, is him
During-
killing Hitler, and then we go into killing Bigfoot.
During the
God damn, I'm in. Sold.
Bars
You got me.
Barr's World War II past is shown through flashbacks. So, yeah.
Yeah. So
This
so his
movie's-
backstory is he killed Hitler.
This movie sounds actually amazing.
Sam Elliott is Calvin Barr.
No shit.
Yeah.
I will be watching that. Sam Elliott's
right.
awesome.
So we have
What the hell?
Under the Eiffel Tower, Happy Death Day to You,
Ugh.
Isn't It Romantic, Birds of Passage, Alita Battle Angel, Fighting with My Family.
And we'll
I
watch
heard-
that Alita
so-
Battle Angel.
So okay, I haven't seen it, so this is based entirely on what I've heard. But from what I've heard, Alita Battle Angel is a really good movie trapped inside a mediocre movie. The world building is really not that great.
But the rest of it's supposed to be
But
pretty
the
good.
rest of it's
I want
supposed
to.
to be
I actually want to see it because I've Universe is supposed to be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point. Donnybrook, Ruben Brandt Collector, Sorry Angel, How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, Run the Race, Styx. We're in March now.
like
STYX.
it's
probably
like
about
the
the
band.
band.
Like
It's
the
probably about
band.
the band.
I get a movie.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So now we're in March. Fury
River.
8, Greta. Oh God, A Medea family funeral.
Oh man.
I bet that movie made
came out-
fucking
I
money.
thought that came out earlier.
I'm just leading off of here.
That
man.
movie, that
family
movie made
funeral.
that movie made money, and I don't understand it. I swear it has to
Oh,
be.
quirky black people, though.
What's that?
It's Tyler
Quirky
Perry
ones.
and drag.
I
Yeah.
know.
I
Okay,
like that South Park episode where Token just keeps paying him for stupid Medea jokes.
Apollo 11, Climax, The Hole in the Ground, St. Judy, Transit, The Wedding Guest, Woman at War, Captain Marvel!
That was 2019? Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Of course it was. The Kid, Black Mother, Jesus Christ, that's a racist sounding
Yikes.
title. Gloria Bell, Triple Frontier, Captive State, 5 Feet Apart, Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase.
Jesus.
Wonder Park, The Aftermath, Ash's Purest White.
Don't watch Sticks.
Rough.
Depicts the transformation of a strong woman torn from her contented world during a sailing.
I'm already bored and
Yeah.
confused. All I
Moving
watch
on.
one Sticks.
The Highwayman, The Hummingbird Project, The
Highwayman was
Mustang,
good.
Yardy,
Never finished.
Hotel Mumbai, Use, Dragged Across Concrete, Ramen Shop,
Dragged
Sunset.
Across Concrete.
Yes.
Is it just a good 90-minute movie of something people shouldn't see? It's
I
like
don't know.
one shot scene Serbian film.
A movie that I kind of was interested in because it just looked interesting. What, The Beach Bum with Matthew McConaughey. It looked like a weird
Haven't heard of
fucking
it.
movie.
Yeah, I hadn't even heard of that.
It's a stoner movie. It's a totally stoner movie. But it's about this dude who's like a super burned out druggie, but he's a writer and he's written a lot of good shit. So he has a lot of fucking money, and like he accrues a bunch of debt, and he's like basically under this thing where he has to finish this book that he's writing. And he's like under a contract, you have to finish this. You've been fucking off for too long. And he goes on this thing to finish his book.
This honestly sounds like a Hunter S. Thompson movie, like Rum Diaries type thing.
Dumbo.
Oh, that
That
thing.
oh wow, I
Diane,
forgot about that movie.
A Vigilante, The Best of Enemies, Pet Cemetery,
Terrible.
Shazam.
That wasn't bad.
It was alright.
I enjoyed it, but
I
holy
enjoyed it.
shit, is some of
Can't
it
bother.
stupid.
I'm
Yeah.
over superhero shit.
It was funny.
Completely
It made
over
me
it.
I
laugh.
gave someone a Shazam versus Captain Marvel lesson on Tuesday at the shop.
Yeah, and Shazam would fucking kill her.
They're
Have you
one and
seen
the same.
Steamboat? I showed you Steamboat, right?
Steamboat.
Shazam was one of the original Captain Marvels
Steamboat.
in the DC comics.
I don't think so.
I know, but I'm saying that if Marvel's
done.
Captain
Oh, yeah.
Marvel fought Shazam, Shazam would kill her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tana, you've gotten to the point. You've seen Steamboat, right?
No.
You don't know Steamboat?
No.
I don't, hold on.
Just keep going. Keep
I'm
going.
busy. Amazing Grace, High Life, Peterloo, The Public, Storm Boy, The Wind. What the fuck are these titles? It's the most laziest sounding shit in the universe.
Oh, Dragged Across Concrete sounds pretty fucking metal.
After Hellboy, ew.
I heard Hellboy was
Man.
awful.
My
Old
dad,
Hellboy was
my,
way better.
My dad has recently become a super fan of old school Hellboy. He's even willing to overlook Ron Perlman in there.
Yeah.
Is he gonna read the comics that are fucking fantastic?
No, my
That's a
God.
shame because they're
Dad's
great.
not a comic
He just,
person.
he watched a couple of good. Just leave it there. I was, nah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause you real quick because I need
Wait,
to.
what month are we in? Are we still in March?
June.
No, sorry, we're in April right now.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot to say.
Okay, so I'm gonna show Jess first, and then
don't
I'll show
wanna
you
know.
guys. So back when a Shazam was still called Captain Marvel, he had
Oh,
a
yes, you
sidekick.
did.
Wait,
That's right.
I know what
yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
Steamboat.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sent me that
See,
one.
you should now that we're hooked up where we can move
I
around.
will-
You should
Or just
poke the.
I mean, I could.
That's rough. That's terrible.
That's
that's
terrible. Yeah, I'll send you the picture later, and you can edit it in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Blah blah blah. Jeez. After Hellboy, Little Missing Link, Dogman, Girls of the Sun, Her Smell, Jesus Christ.
That's
Long
rough.
Day's Journey in the Night,
Is that
Mary
the
Magdalene.
Gwyneth Paltrow candle thing? Is it just a whole movie about
Goop. That JonTron video is great.
fuck?
Master Z, IP Man Legacy. What is this, an anime? Jesus. Stockholm, Teen Spirit, Breakthrough, Penguins, The Curse of La Llorona. That was an interesting looking horror movie. I actually kind of wanted to see that.
I like the story of La Llorona. It's But
I liked it
the
because in the
chick on the
trailer I saw the
highway.
kid actually trying to survive.
They do it in the first episode of Supernatural, but La Llorona was actually a spirit that killed her children, and she drowned herself, and she comes back looking for
okay.
'em.
That old
She's-
chestnut.
It's a Mexican ghost story.
Inception
that,
did it.
that takes place
no,
in
not
LA.
Inception. Yes, it was Inception. Right?
What?
I know.
Inception did that shit too.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
go on.
Right. He was
Drunk
haunted.
parents.
He was haunted by the
Brimmed.
wife that killed the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast color,
Shut up.
grass, hail Satan, question mark?
Hail Satan?
Yeah. Little Woods, The Man Who Killed Don Quixote, Rafiki,
Ooh.
Red Joan, Under the Silver Lake, Endgame, Marvel.
Rafiki as in like
I
Rafiki the
highly
Doubt it.
fucking doubt it.
Doubt it. They already did that because.
Okay, you
Lion
know what? I'm gonna
King's
bring this up
coming out.
now. You shit on us for fucking watching Danny Phantom. You like Disney movies. Those are for children, you retard.
There's some adult
Double
shit in there.
standard.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of
but
adult crap in Danny Phantom.
Made for children. Double standard.
Like Danny Phantom deals with actual, well, at least in the beginning, he deals with actual death.
I go with him. Meh.
Then don't talk shit if you don't want shit talk to you.
Hey, it's just not my show.
Not being worried about the shit getting talked. She knows her Disney shit's trash.
Yeah. I still enjoy it.
Then why are you talking shit at us for enjoying Danny Phantom?
Because it's fun to talk shit.
Yes, it is.
Actually, no, I don't think I don't think all the old Disney movies are shit.
Anyway,
Continue.
knock down. We're in May now.
Oh, okay.
Knock down the house. I haven't heard of most of these.
I
fucking
know, yeah.
movies.
Some of these movies sound like they're like these.
There's also a
random-
lot of limited release movies in this list.
Yeah, yeah.
The Intruder, Long Shot, Ugly Dolls, Clara, Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. What a fucking mouthful.
Shockingly evil and vile.
I still like.
That sounds like
a
Killed
Netflix show.
Hitler, though. I do remember that. We talked about that one when it was first coming out.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
The Man Who Killed Hitler
Yeah,
and
we
then
were
the
making fun
Bigfoot.
of it, not thinking it was an actual movie.
Reminds me of John dies at the end.
Nonfiction, Shadow, The Hustle, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. So that's like
That's a movie that I watched recently.
Palms.
Ryan Reynolds reminded me of bringing up Six Underground after this list.
Oh,
is
I've
over.
heard of that movie.
Did you
Movie is
watch
a
Detective
ride.
Pikachu?
No.
Oh, okay. I heard it was
But
terrible.
I have a theory. That we'll go into after this.
Tolkien, All Is True, The Biggest Little Farm,
Tolkien came out?
My Son, The Professor and the Madman, The Serengeti Rules, Cannes Film Fest. Stop posting those.
yeah,
The Third
Token.
Wife. Where's it go?
How'd that do?
Token? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. From what I heard, they basically ruined
EIS?
J.R. Token, and so it's like one of those things where I don't really want to see it.
A Dog's Journey, John Wick 3, The Sun Is Also a Star.
Yes, it is.
No shit. Aniara, Charlie
That
Says,
sounds like some anime shit.
The Souvenir, Photograph, The Professor, Slaughterhouse Rules with a Z,
Slaughterhouse Rules, huh?
Trial by Fire, The Tomorrow Man, Aladdin, Booksmart, Brightburn,
Scarlet.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Diamantino, The Proposal, Godzilla, King of the Monsters,
Oh, my God. That movie was so trash.
Mob, Rocket Man, Domino. We're in June now.
Rocket Man actually wasn't.
That was okay.
That was the Elton John story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was basically.
They did a decent job with it.
Don't worry, we're gonna start June off real good.
Oh, yeah, I
Who'd
know.
they have play Billy Joel?
Nobody memorable, I don't think. It wasn't.
Then it's a dumb fucking movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Starting off June, we have Dark Phoenix, that movie no one wanted. The Secret Life of Pets 2, The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Nice. What? Hang on. Say that. Nope.
The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get that
Is
one
that an
too.
apocalypse movie? That
I'm
sounds-
looking it up.
Is this I Am Legend Part 2?
Oh. I was about to say, actually, starring Will Smith.
I bet it's something a whole lot woker.
A young man searches for a home in the
God damn it.
changing city that seems to have left him behind.
Yeah, never mind. I'm taking this shit off. Sounds the funniest thing of that movie was the title.
Late Night, Leto, Pavarotti.
He
This
plays-
one's for the ladies.
The main actor plays himself in it, so
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Rolling Thunder review, a Bob Dylan story.
That sounds rough.
Men in Black International.
Oh, what a trash fire that turned out.
Remember how that movie just happened and nobody cared?
Shaft, which was the remake for Shaft, but it has Samuel Jackson. That could have been probably entertaining.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
American Woman, The Dead Don't Die.
Oh yeah, I
Hampstead,
heard about that one.
In the Isles, Our Time, The Edge of Democracy, Anna, Child's Play, fuck off.
Oh god.
Toy Story 4, The Quiet One, Wild Rose, Annabelle Comes Home.
In The Dead Don't Die, that movie has Adam Driver and Bill Murray playing two.
Oh, and then the cops and the zombies. I actually
two
wanted to see that.
Two mundane cops that don't care about anything during a zombie apocalypse.
Whoa.
It actually looks pretty funny.
Like what?
Except for Adam Driver's not a shit
Yeah,
actor.
no, he's a great actor.
He was in a movie with Scarlett Johansson, apparently. That was super fucking
Yo,
good. The
yeah.
Marriage Story or some shit.
yeah. Isn't it up for an
was
Oscar
that-
or
what was
something?
that-
Yeah, I
What's the
think
name of
so.
that one?
Which that's happening tomorrow, isn't it?
We'll probably
The
find
Oscars?
it.
Yeah.
was the
Dead
name?
Don't Die?
Dead Don't Die.
Yeah,
Don't
Don't
Die.
Die. Yesterday, Maiden, Ophelia, Spider-Man Far From Home, which I really enjoyed.
Yesterday was a movie that could have been good, but I heard that it
That was
turned
the
into a.
one with the Beatles.
It was the guy,
Right?
where he kind of like slips into an alternate universe where the Beatles never happened, so he started playing Beatles songs and became famous and rich from that. It looked like it could have been a good movie, and then I heard they turned it into a really cheesy, bad romantic comedy.
Oh,
Here's a movie I never saw that I wanted to. Midsummer. It's about a fucking
heard-
cult.
yeah.
Let's see that one.
It was made by the same people who made Hereditary, so it could
Okay.
be good.
Crawl. We're in July, by the way. I don't know how I missed that.
Midsummer.
Crocodiles.
Midsummer.
Stuber.
Ugh.
The Art of Self-Defense. That movie looked fucking retarded. Bethany Hamilton, Unstoppable. The Farewell, Sword of Trust. The Lion King.
Wait a minute, Bethany Hamilton, that's that surfer chick that lost her arm in a shark attack, isn't she?
I don't
Neat.
care.
Okay.
Did she play herself in it too?
Probably, I don't know.
David Crosby,
Did
remember my
CGI
name.
back- ooh.
Luz. The Great Hack. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The Ground Beneath My Feet. Honeyland. Mike Wallace is here. The Mountain. Skin. Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Jesus.
God.
Love and Tasha. We're in August now.
Is
Love
that
and Tasha.
that scene in the trailer where you see The Rock like holding a chain and pulling a helicopter? It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Just,
Lucy.
it's so beautiful. It's so over the top Michael Bay beautiful nothingness. It's so good.
The Nightingale. Otherhood. Piranhas. Them That Follow. The Art of Racing in the Rain. Brian Banks. Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
Oh, yeah.
The Kitchen. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. After the Wedding. Light of My Life. Ode to Joy. The Peanut Butter Falcon.
Ooh, that sounds great.
The Peanut Butter Falcon is about this dude who's friends with like someone with Down syndrome.
Okay.
Did you ever read the Scary Stories in the Dark books? Did you?
No, sir.
Not really.
They were really super dark, like children's horror stories that were really actually frightening, and then they turned it into a children's horror film. It worked out about as well as you can imagine.
Like they did that to Goosebumps too. I think I was a Goosebumps kid.
Yeah, Goosebumps. I couldn't even look at the cover for Night of the Living Dummy because
Oh, dude.
ventriloquist dummies freak me the fuck out.
We had one in the shop.
Unacceptable.
His name was Lester.
Of course it was.
As long as it's not Slappy, because that's what's the name of the dummy in that.
I'll describe him when we're off camera.
47 meters down, uncaged, blinded by the light, Good Boys, Where'd You Go, Bernadette, The Amazing Jonathan documentary, Aquarella,
Doesn't sound that amazing.
Cold Case, hold on, I'm going to butcher this, Hammerskjold. Hammerskjold? Hammerskjold.
You're on your own.
It looks,
You're on
it
your
looks
own.
Norwegian, Norse of some
That's
sort.
some Witcher talk.
I'm going to say Hammerskjold.
Heard the books are actually a lot better than the series.
Big surprise.
I've been fighting downloading Witcher 3.
From what I've
That's such a great game.
It's unspoiled for me right now.
from what I've heard, the Witcher series is terrible in terms of an adaptation. But I hear Henry Cavill's really good.
I enjoyed it well enough, honestly. Like it was.
Did you read the
fine.
books?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I have
okay.
not. I scratched the surface on Witcher 3. I played like through the
intro.
the very beginning of it.
It's a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot
Witcher
of
1,
games.
2,
Three
and 3.
games.
And,
thing is
and
about-
a lot of DLC.
Supposedly,
playing Witcher 3 without playing Witcher 2 to me.
The Witcher
I'm gonna watch
3 is actually
walkthroughs.
said to be like one of the
Watch-
best
I would
games
say-
ever made.
Play the second one because the second one's actually good. The first one is fucking hot garbage. The gameplay itself, story's fine. Gameplay terrible. 2 is completely fine to play. Great. The ending was really cool,
I may have this.
and it also affects
Maybe.
what happens in Witcher 3 if you carry your save because there's a character that lives or doesn't.
Ah.
That's like a technically considered a big deal. And Witcher 3 is phenomenal. One of the best RPG games ever. I still think the best game ever made might actually just be Dwarf Fortress, but that's different.
I need to scratch that RPG itch. I feel it. I feel it calling.
I hear Witcher 3 might scratch that itch, honestly.
It's great. You could also get a very similar experience out of Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. They're very similar to Witcher 3.
Also, it goes on sale all the time on Steam for
all the
I have it on
DLCs.
Steam.
$10.
I have
yeah.
it on Steam.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
a matter of going and actually playing it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look, ready or not,
Oh, yeah, ready or
I
not.
enjoyed it.
American Factory, Angel Has Fallen, which I believe is another one is from the Olympus Has Fallen
Yes,
fucking
yes.
Ugh.
Yeah.
movies.
That's a franchise now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Because it did okay the first time around. There's
Well,
no
because-
sequel.
Denzel Washington?
Well, they did.
I don't know if
See,
he's in
they
it.
did.
they did White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen at the same exact time. They were the same exact movie, so I didn't bother with either. They released at the same time to like compete with each other. Crazy.
And then it's London as. So White House Down, London was the second one, I believe,
I thought it
and
was the
then
third one.
Angeles or
Who cares? That's
Yeah.
stupid anyway. Overcomer Brittany runs a marathon. Can she run off a cliff?
Brittany runs a marathon?
Yeah.
That's
Fiddler, A Miracle of Miracles. Give Me Liberty. Hot Air. Jacob's Ladder. Miles Davis. Birth of the Cool. Jesus
nice.
Christ.
Classy. Bet that.
Tigers Are Not Afraid.
That's Michael Jackson's Mike Tyson's documentary.
Vita in Virginia. Don't Let Go. The Fanatic. Killer Man. Official Secrets. We're in September now. It Chapter 2. Blink of an Eye. Miss Purple. The Goldfinch. Hustlers. Depraved. Freaks. Haunt. Monos. That was a lot of singles.
Haunt is actually one that I want to see. I don't think it's good because it was written by the same people who wrote A Quiet Place. But it did look kind of interesting.
Moonlight Sonata, Deafness in 3 Movements, The Sound of Silence, Midnight Traveler, Ad Astra, Downtown Abbey, Rambo: Last Blood.
How did that actually do?
So
Not
basically,
very well.
how I understand it is
I've heard like woke people hated it.
they crossed Rambo over with Home Alone. Yeah.
Like
Basically, from what I understand of what happened in that movie, Rambo's retired and he's living on this farm with this girl. He's
And then
raising
the
her up.
Avengers show up and decapitate it.
Yes, yes,
so he has to defend his homestead type movie.
sort of.
Like
the
but
girl-
did they do it well? Like I'm not inherently
From what
against
I
that.
hear, there was
Like,
not. From what I hear, it was okay. Like there wasn't anything like majorly wrong with it. It was just kind of generic and yeah. But basically, the girl gets. You care about spoilers? Okay. Girl gets killed.
You
Rambo.
spoiled all of Doctor Sleep. I don't think he cares.
Rambo
You
gets.
spoiled Rambo!
I know, right?
Ram. How could you?
Rambo gets mad because some sex cult kills his daughter or
God
something.
damn, with the cult.
So then
they're on him. They're on him.
So he kills their leader, and then he sets up a whole bunch of Home Alone style traps at his homestead. They come. He has all these tunnels underneath his house, by the way, which are only there for like the kill scenes. And
Naturally.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Well,
It's a
that's-
Rambo movie.
I mean, it's somebody that's like PTSD
Yeah.
out his brain, so he,
And
just let him
apparently
go.
the kills are really gruesome and gory.
hey, well then, if that's what I mean, because it's a Rambo movie, that's what
Yeah.
it's supposed to be.
The end of the movie apparently is Rambo walking up to the guy who killed his daughter, and he actually like shoves his hand into the guy's chest and rips his heart out, and he says, "This is what it felt like." It actually sounds really funny.
I can't knock it because it sounds like 80s fucking popcorn action. It sounds awesome. Sounds great. Sounds
Yeah.
like Commando. Like, have you ever seen Arnold's Commando?
I don't think
it's
so.
over the top like that, and
Have you ever seen Suburban Commando with Hulk Hogan?
Oh boy.
That movie's retarded.
Oh boy.
Anyway, Corporate Animals, Diego Maradona, Where's My Roy Cohn? Abominable Judy, The Day Shall Come, The Death of Dick Long.
Oh man.
Perfect.
Best movie title right there. Extraordinary. God, I hate that word in general, but that was 2 words. First Love, The Laundromat, and Prey. And now starting in October with the best movie of the year, Joker.
That was the first movie that came out in October.
According to this. Dulcimite Is My Name, Lucy in the Sky, Memory, The Origins of Alien.
Actually decent.
Dulcimite?
Yeah.
Sounds like a rare material in an RPG game.
Sounds like I'm 80% Dolomite.
Dulcimite, it's kind of a documentary film about him. Eddie Murphy plays Dulcimite.
No, that's Dolomite, not Dulcimite.
It is Dolomite, I'm just retarded.
Oh, okay, cool.
This text is
I was
actually
like, that's
really
a close.
small.
That's
That
a
looked
really
interesting.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
That makes me
And
want to start recording Jay. You all know who crazy. We have a crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I know
crazy old
exactly who that is, bro.
guy. I want to sit
that
him down
dude is
and get.
nuts.
He is. I love it. I'm gonna sit
Dad
him down.
told him the next time he comes into the shop, he's giving him my phone number. If that man ever calls me, I'm going to say hello.
You know who that is, right? You know
And
whose
click.
brother that is?
That's his brother.
That's Mark's brother.
No.
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 Wait,
You're
we're
thinking someone else.
You're thinking of somebody else. You're thinking of Todd.
Is that Todd?
Yes.
Yeah, I met Todd too. Yeah.
Oh. Well, Jay's the really old guy. He always carries the big gun on his side.
Not anymore.
Isn't he the guy who used to sit at McDonald's?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Okay.
Now that's Mark. Now Mark's brother does that. Or
Yeah.
goes into Subway and
He
bothers
does
Alex.
that
They
too.
both do
Yes.
them, yeah.
The thing is that Jay was the one who would sit there reading the newspaper out loud or the Bible. And then Todd will just
I
walk
think
up
that's
to you.
my fault. I think that's my fault.
Bible?
Oh, well then
Yes.
fuck you.
I can't-
I think I was
can't-
talking to Alex about this the
I
other
can't
day.
see
Is
Jay
I've been
having the
because
reading the Bible.
I've been having him
literally
on
seen
one.
him do it.
So I've been
Yeah,
going,
he has.
and I've been winding him up every time. And apparently, all this shit that I talk to Jay about whenever he comes into the shop and like get him all frazzled, he takes it around everywhere. And Alex started talking to me about shit that I was talking to Jay
Yo,
about.
that means I went multiple times to the store and wasted my time. This is your fucking fault. I hate you.
Wind him up and send him around.
And then there's
town.
Todd who runs around hitting on underage girls and talking about how he hates gays, and it's just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Wait, who was the guy who told you the history of Tide laundry detergent?
It was
during
probably
the-
Jay. That
It's
sounds
probably
No,
Jay.
no.
That
That's
was-
Talkie Guy.
That's Talkie
Oh,
guy. Yeah.
There's another one like Jay. In there.
Talkie guy.
We literally called this dude Talkie Guy because he comes in and
And
wouldn't shut
it's
up.
not the one
I
that
love it.
mom and dad know everything about his bowels. Different
Anyway,
guy.
how this relates to
We're
Dolomite.
done with this.
Anyway, no, that relates to Dolomite in a way because the story of Dolomite is there was this down on his luck, like guy that works in a record store, and he always has this crazy old dude, a Jay, come in, and everyone laughs at all the crazy shit that he says, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to record this down. He went and he turned it into an act. And he brought it around town, brought it everywhere, ended up doing recordings and movies, and became very successful and was the origin of like the blaxploitation like movie films. Like he was the birth of that because he went and recorded an old homeless dude named Dolomite. It's a good movie. Eddie Murphy acted the shit out of it. He did so good. It was.
I'm saying
it was
like he
hell
did a
of
lot of
return.
like
He's
comedy
doing
movie
stand-up.
shit, but it's like Eddie Murphy knows how to act. He knew what
Eddie
was
Murphy
up.
knows how to act and he knows comedy. He's been doing stand up recently again too.
Oh,
And apparently
boy.
he's been killing it.
I would love to see that.
I would love to. Eddie Murphy is one of the funniest people ever.
Dude, I wish that Robin Williams was still alive because his stand-up comedy is hilarious.
I've heard it and just listening to it without
It's-
even seeing it. It's just like
Oh, but seeing him is so much better, though.
It is.
His,
So
the animatedness. Oh
Yeah.
my god! he's the
There's a
best.
reason why you can like see Robin Williams in The Genie is because he has such a presence.
He is.
That's why 1 and 3 were
Like
the
there's
good
some that are
Disney
unique, like
movie versions.
unique
of the
comedians
Genie.
that
Or,
you just
live.
can't touch. Like Eddie Murphy is and Robin Williams. They're up there with
They're
their
top tier,
They're
yeah.
unique.
Yep.
All right, the Addams Family,
Yeah.
Boy.
Gemini Man,
See that?
Oh, I heard that was trash.
What movie?
Gemini Man.
Oh.
I don't know. I actually heard that part of it was a really good action movie.
I heard that they dropped the ball on the CGI and it just completely ruined it.
I'm not surprised. Jexy, The Dead Center,
Jexy.
High Strung Free Dance, the King, Parasite. I heard that movie
I heard
is
that was
fucking
really good.
awesome.
Yeah, I heard that was
That
really
is
good.
a Korean
Super
movie
topical. Yeah.
about a family of people that pretend to work at a college. They like they basically just faux live their life at this fucking college and try to, and like slowly they're basically just faking it till they make it, and then somebody finds out that
Now-
they're doing it. And
This wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
No.
I know that
this is not about coronavirus.
Pandemics.
Yeah, this is about it's a social commentary thing about like education and shit from South Korea. Apparently, it's great.
I seem to recall hearing, even though it came out after Joker, I seem to recall hearing that it's one of the movies that Joker ripped off. I don't remember where I heard that, but
I don't think so because it's not about mentally ill. But who cares?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Ralph.
Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Zombieland Double Tap, which I heard fucking blew.
Did it? Aw.
Greener Grass. Jojo Rabbit. We never saw that.
I
I'm
really
still
want
gonna
to see that. I hear it's amazing.
I'm actually kind of excited for Knives Out. I'm
honestly,
willing to give it a shot.
I heard it was good.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it a
Here's
shot.
another movie right here that I really want to see because it looked awesome. The Lighthouse.
Oh yeah,
With fucking
Yeah,
Willem
yeah,
Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. That
I
movie
hear
looks
that.
fucking great.
I heard that it's really
Like William
weird.
Dafoe.
It's
Robert
about a
Pattinson.
fucking.
Give
It's
him a
about
break.
this dude who works at a lighthouse who worked for the old crazy dude at the lighthouse who's losing his fucking nutball at the time.
Which fits.
Willem Dafoe because he's a fucking
perfectly.
god.
Made
And
by,
it's supposed to be fucking amazing, and I really want to see it.
They took that Rick and Morty episode.
made by the same people who made Hereditary.
There's supposed to be new Rick and Morty soon.
Oh yeah.
Already?
There's actually been 3 delays. It was already supposed
God.
to be on the 14th
So when they
of
did-
January.
You guys see did you see the Rick and Morty Pringles commercial?
Yes.
It was so funny. A bunch of comments are like,
He sent it to me.
these fucking people, this is why we don't have Rick and Morty now. They're selling out. And this, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, it's hilarious.
I was watching The Simpsons and I came across the Rick and Morty opening.
Oh, that one's really
That
fucking
was
good.
fucking hilarious. Yeah.
All right. Black and Blue, which looked like a stupid-ass movie. Countdown, The Current War, Western Stars, Frankie, The Kill Team, Synonyms.
These all sound
Synonyms?
Synonyms.
I know that
Is
Countdown.
it synonyms or synonyms?
Synonyms.
Synonyms.
As in words that mean the same.
Yeah.
I
Countdown
thought we were
is
gonna
a,
get like a Cinnamon Bear movie.
Countdown's a really
excited.
crappy Final Destination ripoff.
Oh, who cares then? We're in November. We're almost done.
Oh boy.
Arctic Dogs, Harriet, Motherless Brooklyn, Terminator Dark Fate, Badland, The Irishman, which I heard was really good.
I heard
I mean,
Yeah.
I heard it was
From?
Goodfellas plus extra.
who did you hear it from though?
Bunch of different people that equated it out to. It was like the Goodfellas, but they left in all the parts that were unnecessary in Goodfellas.
The only critique I've heard about it is like, oh god, it's too long. It's like,
Well, I heard
So's The
like too
Godfather.
long, but
Yeah.
I heard that if they had made it a 2-hour movie, it would have been fine. But they had like so much that was like unnecessary and boring in it that made it feel long.
I'd have to see it. But
Yeah, I'm not really into the mob movies
Same,
anymore.
honestly.
They kind of started to feel the same.
My mom likes those. She'll probably see it because she recently watched The Godfather for the first time and she
Dad
loved
won't
it.
watch it because of who
Because of-
playing in it.
Yeah, I figured as much, but I don't care. It's one of those things where it's like he's gonna get fucking some money anyway. If the movie's entertaining, I'll watch the movie. But I watch Joker.
He's looking
Yeah.
the other way for Ron Perlman. The dude
Just
Well,
Hellboy.
can't care that much.
Mom put it a good way. We already own the movie, so we don't have to worry about them getting more money.
How
if
many
you
copies
stream
of
it.
it?
Buy used.
did.
Buy used.
yeah,
what
honestly,
we
that's
do.
all you have to do. Just if there's an
Yes.
actor in it you don't like, buy it used.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's
So,
he
Mom-
doesn't even want to. It just like
Mom
pisses
talked
him.
them into just going upstairs to the library and getting.
Honestly, it's more than like I think Robert De Niro was actually like a personal affront to him because he was somebody that he used to love watching his movies all the time, and then it turns out that he's a
I heard
giant,
that
giant
Peter.
piece of shit.
well, it's like King of Comedy. I heard was really good.
Yeah, no, like everyone loved it. He loved Robert De Niro's movies. He did,
And he's a great
amazing
actor.
movies.
We're not gonna pretend he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's an amazing actor. But it felt like a betrayal. Like my grandfather felt the same way about Rock Hudson because my grandpa was kind of old school as most grandpas are, and he was his favorite actor until he found out that he used to he used to do some of that gay shit on the side, as Grandpa would say.
He's got the gay.
It crushed him. It crushed him. He never watched another movie.
I mean, I know it's a different situation, but I kind of feel similar about Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Dude, that dude's off his fucking nutball.
Isn't he? I know his girlfriend was, and I think he went along with it for a while. I don't know if he still is, but wasn't he like anti-vaxxer at one point?
Anti-vax is really weird. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's anti-vax is super weird. I don't want to get into it.
I mean, I know, I guess, but
That's
not like the worst thing that Jim Carrey said, obviously.
Right. Yeah. No. They're on some weird shit now. They're like celebrate your abortion shit now. the goddamn.
Anyway, so what else come out?
Anyway, we're in
Light
November.
from Light, Paradise Hills, Marriage Story. There's the one. That's the Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson movie. That's supposed to be really good. Not a movie I'd really care to see because it's just not something I want to watch.
Romantic drama, I'm guessing.
It sounds like it's
about a couple getting a divorce.
Yeah.
Oh,
is what
sit
it's
down
about.
and cry. God damn it!
Yeah, the one scene I saw. The scene that Adam Driver's in there for being so good. I saw it dubbed over with Minnie Mouse and Goofy voices. It was fucking hilarious. I lost my mind.
Speaking of Minnie Mouse, sorry, just random tidbit I read the other day. Minnie Mouse and Mickey, the ones that actually did the voices, are actually married.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Cute. All right, Charlie's Angels. Yeah, get that shit the fuck out of here.
That did great. How much money did that lose? Millions.
Well, even the reboot series was a fail.
Stop putting Kristen Stewart in movies.
Just stop remaking movies that don't need to be remade.
Who knew that they had a series between the last movies and this one?
Who honestly
they had a series between what?
Yeah.
Who honestly gave a crap about Charlie's Angels at this point?
Dude, it's 2020 and we're woke. That's a whole thing about we're about to see a whole new thing running around of new female villains.
That's the thing, they're running out of franchises to reboot.
Then they start rebooting the ones that they've already rebooted once.
Then they're going to start doing Barbarella,
rewriting and
changing,
doing a gender bender.
I heard they were going to have like three CIA agents, and then the next movie it'll be 2 FBI agents, and the female doing the cast.
Tana's so close to being done with this list.
and then we'll have female Shield, and then
I heard that they are planning
NYPD Blues for women.
I heard they are planning on replacing Spider-Man.
NYPD Pink.
They were planning on from what I've heard, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but they're planning on replacing Peter Parker with Miles Morales as the main Spider-Man for the MCU.
I have no actual
It's
problem
whatever,
with that. I don't
care.
But
I like Miles.
You know why they're doing it.
It's because he's a fucking Mexican.
Yes.
Subverted your expectations, I did.
Yes.
It would have been cool with Donald Glover being Spider-Man.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been, yeah.
If he was Miles Morales, I'd be totally down with that.
There was a lot of rumor of that going around, and like they kind of cucked him, and that's why they gave him the role in the new Spider-Mans. Where he's selling shit out of trunks. Yeah. Like, oh, here's your consolation prize. You get to be stereotypical black guy. Here you go, Donald Glover.
Dude, I actually love that scene too, where him and Spider-Man interact.
Where is that?
It's in Homecoming.
Oh, it's in Homecoming.
Because he knows that he was at the weapons deal, and he follows him and he webs him up to the vehicle.
Yeah,
and then he's like,
I remember.
He's trying to be all threatening and shit. He's like, you're not very good at this, are you? He's like, can you just tell me please?
Yeah, I remember that scene.
And then he's like, okay, you're going to get me out of here, right? He's like, that'll dissolve in like 2 hours. Like, man, I got ice cream in here. It was a really good scene. I loved it. Anyway, where was I? Ford versus Ferrari, The Good Liar, Atlantics, I Lost My Body, Mickey and the Bear, The Report, Scandalous, The Warrior Queen of John Z, Waves, 21 Bridges, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which I don't.
Tom Hanks playing Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't see the give a fuck. Like, seriously, talk about nostalgia baiting. Jesus Christ.
I can see why they did it.
Of Tom Hanks now.
Frozen 2. Overrated movie, too.
Yeah.
Like, not that I didn't like Frozen. I enjoyed what I watched. People heralded it like it was the best Pixar movie in the universe.
No, it was Disney,
not,
wasn't it?
Did not. Yeah, it was Disney.
Pixar
Disney
owns Pixar.
Well, I know, but
One and the same.
Pixar is still like a separate thing.
Like all,
but
it's like
Brave was Pixar.
yams and sweet potatoes.
which one was? Oh, yeah.
You look at the thing, a can of yams. It says candy
But you
sweet
They're
Disney
wrong.
princess.
They're wrong.
I'm sure. I'm just saying.
The thing is I think that Frozen was probably one of the
sucked.
I think it was probably one of the best Disney movies that had come out at the time.
No.
And that's why at
No,
the time.
everybody
at the
says
time,
that. Nope, everybody says that. And I still say no.
Let me.
the
came out?
fucking the
That
hair
came
one.
out at the same time.
That's
around
DreamWorks.
the same
Tangled.
time.
What's that?
Tangled.
Oh, you're talking about Tangled.
I like
Was it
I thought you were
Tangled?
talking about Brave.
Tangled
At
was
the
pretty
same
good.
time.
Brave
No,
was
Brave
the
came out after.
That's
Irish
DreamWorks.
or a Scottish.
Isn't DreamWorks
princess.
though?
Yeah, I think
No.
that's DreamWorks.
No.
Brave
No.
was Pixar
No, it is
Disney.
Disney because they
Brave.
made the same universe
Yeah.
through
Kingdom Hearts.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
in Kingdom Hearts now too. So.
Oh, really? God,
Well, I mean,
Tangled came out
that's-
around the same time as Frozen?
thought so.
No, came out when I was still.
Who cares?
Okay.
I
Anyway.
don't care about this.
Frozen was a dumb movie with a basic bitch plot.
And idiots.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if this is what I think it is, I'm gonna be so upset. First of all, 3022.
Yeah.
Citizen K. And I'm just like, I swear to fucking god, if this is some Citizen Kane anything bullshit. Get that fucking shit out
Citizen
of here.
Kane remake.
Citizen K.
Dark Waters.
It's
Either Holler or Hala, I'm not sure. Shooting the Mafia. It's hilarious because shooting in the gangsters. Knives Out. Queen and Slim. The Two Popes.
Knives Out. Two Popes. Some hot garbage.
Okay, cool. The Aeronaut. We're in December. We literally
What?
only have like 3 fucking parts left.
the biggest whitewash on the Vatican that you ever did see.
The Aeronauts, Playmobil the movie, The Disappear. If it has to say the movie, it's probably bad. The Disappearance of My Mother. I can't take these things seriously. Little Joe, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, The Wolf Hour, Black Christmas, Jumanji: The Next Level, Richard Jewell, Bombshell, Cunningham, A Hidden Life,
Spawn.
Suburg. Suburg? S-E-B-E-R-G?
Suburg.
Suburg?
Suburge.
Maybe.
Suburge.
Uncut Gems.
Okay.
Bombshell.
Great movie.
Cats.
Wasn't what I was expecting. Cats was.
Yeah.
It came out
Oh,
with
yeah.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Little
Who would
Women.
release against, like, even though you knew Star Wars was going to be a trash bag, who releases against it?
Well,
Cats.
It wasn't a hit anyway.
It was the unpatched
People
version.
They're
were
gonna be
getting
doing a
high
re-release.
just to
I know.
stand it.
I legitimately wish Cats would have done better than Skywalker. That would have made me so happy.
Okay, hold on. We're literally almost
drop
there.
acid and go watch Cats. I bet that'd be a life-changing experience.
Little Women.
Okay.
Spies in Disguise.
Cats.
Uncut Gems. Expanded version. Bullshit. 1917. IP Man 4. The finale. Just Mercy. The Song of
Ip
Names. And the final movie.
You would like It Man if you haven't seen it.
Clemency. Why?
Dr. Sleep was not on that list.
Yes, it was.
Where was it?
It was back when it released, Will.
When was that?
Jesus Christ. It's not my fault you're not paying attention.
I was listening for Dr. Sleep the whole time.
Jesus Christ. Look, November 8th, Dr. Sleep.
I did not hear you say that.
It's because you're not listening.
What was the one above it and below it?
One above it would be Marriage Story,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
and then Last Christmas.
I'm pretty sure you didn't say
because
Dr.
we
Sleep.
started talking.
Maybe
about,
it was because we started talking about
it.
Marriage Story. I don't know. But
I think it's because you're gay. Everybody knows gays can't hear.
Go vote for Buttigieg. The CIA.
So
spy,
the original
rat spy.
point of me bringing that up was removing Joker and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Would Doctor Sleep be the best movie of 2019?
okay,
No.
If you added 1917, Jumanji, Uncut Gems, probably.
Ready or not?
Ready or
watch
not?
Endgame, probably.
Endgame, take that off the list too. Yeah, Dr. Sleep was pretty bad.
Arguably Knives Out.
Maybe Knives
Haven't
Out,
seen Jojo
A Marriage
Rabbit.
Story.
Jojo Rabbit, Marriage Story.
So
Okay.
this whole argument's
The
pointless
man
now.
who killed Hitler
wrong.
and the Bigfoot.
Wrong.
Yes.
And the big
Yeah, the
foot.
man who killed Hitler and then the Bigfoot. Beach Bum. Parasite.
Oh yeah, Parasite's infinitely
Parasite,
better than
yep.
I can already tell you because also
Dead
because
don't die.
Dead Don't Die.
for some
So if
reason
you-
Koreans, South Koreans, I'm gonna say because North Koreans don't know what movies are. South Koreans.
North Korea's movies are a little bit off. They still got like still in black and white over there.
They make fucking phenomenal media.
You ever seen Train to Busan?
No.
Watch that.
Okay, so if you took all the
Fix
good
that
movies off
problem.
that list,
That's
then
a
Doctor
problem. It's
Sleep
on
would be
Netflix.
the.
Watch it.
If you took all of the good movies off, then Doctor Sleep would be the best movie of the year.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't because you haven't seen all the other ones to
Bam.
make
He just sits.
an argument.
That's why I just said if you took out all the movies that were good, then Doctor Sleep would be the best movie of the year.
By default, that's
but
technically
you
yes.
haven't watched
seen all the movies.
I don't have to see them to
most
know.
of the other ones.
I don't have to see them for them to be good.
Not necessarily.
You don't have to see them for them to for
The titles
Dr.
could be
Sleep to
bad. How do you know the content's not?
That's not the point of my argument.
It's really not. I see what he's saying, but he's just being a gay kid. You're being a different version of gay kid. You're being a flaming gay kid.
Stop being Buddha judges.
God, that was a fucking long ass list. Some of those movies just sound horrid.
Some of them sound like solid gold.
True.
Got a few that I'll be looking up.
Yeah, one took almost an hour.
I'd like to point out that, just so you know, I want to cut this out a little bit. I did bump my microphone just now, but it was when we were all really silent, so I think it's going to be okay.
Okay.
I scratched mine at one point because I forget it's there.
Same.
And to be fair, though, if they didn't have to go on a tangent about every other movie, we would have had that done in like 20 minutes.
If I hadn't have said
worth it.
that one sentence that caused you to look that list up.
If you just had, this is all your fault.
You did.
God damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hey, we got Zach's couple movies to possibly watch on there.
There are some good ones, it sounds like, on there.
I want to watch Parasite, even though it's probably like...
It's probably a boring movie for the average viewer.
At least,
Dead Don't Die is what...
Yeah,
I
Dead
do.
Don't
I
Die
want to
is
see
kinda
that. It
fun.
sounds great.
I want to see the man who killed Hitler.
Well,
then the
yeah,
Bigfoot.
that one's
I
definitely
like
top
Sam
of my list.
Elliott.
Yeah.
Goodness.
At least the movies that came out in 2019 were, for the most part, better than the ones that came out in 2018. So, yeah.
What came out in 2018?
I'm not doing it. No. Maybe
no.
next week.
No.
But not now.
I will tell you the movies that came out in 2018. Solo. Slender Man.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot that movie came out.
Truth or Dare.
Venom.
Holmes and Watson.
Venom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Venom. What else came out in 2018?
So that means A Star Was Born. That was a great
Star
movie.
I heard it was okay.
He liked it.
That was a great movie.
What about
that was a great movie? I think
the
Lady
Freddie Mercury
Gaga was
movie?
a great actress.
I liked both.
Was that
Bohemian
2018? I guess
Rhapsody,
it was. Yeah.
I
We
didn't.
saw it our first year.
Didn't hear it on the list.
I didn't see it because I don't really. It doesn't matter to me. But I do enjoy Queen. I enjoy the music.
The main
Love-
thing
love
that
Queen
movie
and
really...
Rami Malek actually did a deep
He's a-
yeah,
as
Rami Malek.
Mercury.
He's a fucking actor.
Rami
that
Malek
guy.
is a god. He's,
And he's saying
Yeah,
the
he
soundtrack
actually
for it,
he
so-
actually sang it, and he sounds like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
That sounds impressive.
he had to have indentures because to get the four Inception.
Yeah, because fucking Freddie Mercury had extra teeth
Yeah.
because he was a genetic mutation of a singing golden god.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Like, that's-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dedication. Right
It
there.
was
neat.
it was pretty good, I'd say. Obviously, there were some liberties taken,
As they do.
but I would say that for the most part, it was fairly respectful. So
It's just not. It's just one of those things where it's like
It
the
was-
same way I treat Rocky Horror Picture Show. Is it probably a movie that I should probably see just for the cult following of seeing it?
Nah.
Maybe, but I have no interest in it whatsoever. Even if freaking.
You gotta be feeling the weird to get down.
Oh, I feel the weird. That's not
how
the kind of weird I feel.
about if you didn't enjoy Forbidden Zone, you're probably not gonna enjoy Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I mean, I know basically what it's about. So
No, I mean, but if you don't like that weird, zany, fucking off the wall, like why?
see, the thing is the thing with Forbidden Zone is
Yeah, you like weird shit.
I know.
Why?
the weird crap didn't even really bother me that much. It's just
No,
the
but
fact that
if that's
none
not
of it
your
made
thing.
sense.
Right. If that's not your thing, if that's not your thing, if you didn't like Forbidden Zone because you're not gonna like Rocky Horror Picture Show, is what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
If it's not your cup of tea, then it's not your cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people like Reefer Madness from the 1950s, and that's
Well,
why
I
they're
mean-
cult. That's why they're cult
Probably
classics.
eventually see it.
What, Rocky Mountain Horror Show? No, probably.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a Rocky Mountain Horror Show.
Did I say
Rocky Mountain Oyster Show.
Rocky Mountain
The Testicle Festival documentary coming soon in 2020.
No, it's interesting though. You can. I'm trying to think of a movie that I've watched where I was like, that's a pretty good movie, but I really didn't care to watch this fucking movie. I'm trying to think. I know there's got to be one I've watched because I've watched a lot of things where I'm just like.
So basically, it's a movie that was good, but you
objectively,
didn't really...
I would say this movie is well done, but subjectively, I don't like it.
I have a couple that come to my mind.
What?
2001: A Space Odyssey.
It's a Kubrick.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, completely fair.
Yeah, it is objectively, it is an amazing movie. I didn't really like it.
Has anybody besides me seen Enemy Mine?
Huh?
Damn. Really? That's surprising. It's a futuristic movie. It's about this human character and then an alien character get marooned on a planet, and they have to get along with each other, and they're like at war with each other, and at first they're like, no. But I think they end up like falling in love, but that one doesn't have I think one of them doesn't really have, the alien doesn't have like a normal sex or whatever. And I think they end up just, it's been a long time since it, but I remember that movie being very good.
Second time I'm doing this. It's like that Rick and Morty episode, right?
Yep.
Sure.
But right? They're right? The multiverse one. Where they're going in, they're stuck on the island together, the alien and Rick, and they're like building up tech to go and battle each other, and they end up having to get along to get
little
along.
universe they get into.
Oh, that.
Summer's stuck in the car.
No. Definitely not.
So, what about for you, Zach? If you had to think of a movie that you would say is good, but you didn't like it, what would you pick?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Fair?
I think so. Like, I was saying, because that's how, I was having trouble, because it was shot great, and Quentin Tarantino does what Kubrick does, is every scene has to be there for a reason, serve a purpose, and be relevant. It's great, but it just, meh.
Fair?
Didn't like it that much because it didn't feel like it went where everything was building up for it to go, and it just was kind of lackluster ending. I'm like, But everything was done great. It wasn't like anticlimactic or anything. It was just like, oh, all right. Still worth a watch.
Yeah.
You still haven't watched Steins Gate.
I know.
It's so good.
I mean, right now, I need to dedicate all of my time to Danny Phantom so that I can get these out before June 20th.
True.
Which means I need to put my other movie reviews on hold, which is too bad because I have some funny movie reviews
and
I
we still
want
have
to make.
to finish. You got to get each of the commentary on every episode, which we're ahead on that.
We are.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. And
are we almost done with season 1?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Okay.
We
no, literally one of my favorite episode that I remember is now my least favorite episode because it takes place in a video game and the video game makes no fucking sense from a design standpoint. And I was like, I fucking hate this episode.
It was like a first-person shooter, RPG, third-person MMO. It was
that
weird.
also takes place in a level-based system, but also you can just get stronger by just killing other players anyway. But every time you lose your lives, which you don't respawn, you just basically blink, invulnerability. That's a life lost. I'm like, how does that work in a multiplayer game? But you only get shot once, and then it happens over and over again. And then oh my god!
None of it made any sense. It was beautiful.
I was so upset.
Most of that review is going to be you screaming at Techness of that video game. It's going to be
that
great.
Episode was bad. And the best episode that we've gone over is what I thought would be the best episode, which is the first episode with Vlad in it.
Yeah, I'd say
because it had the least bullshit.
It had a couple weird things, but for the most part, it was pretty solidly written.
And I'm just like, they could have done it. They did it once. They just had to keep doing it.
Yeah.
But somebody put Hartman.
Yeah.
Is a moron.
The creator of Danny Phantom started off Danny Phantom by saying that the ghosts were dead people. That's in the show. They say these are dead people. And then one day he just changed his mind and they were no longer dead people. Now they're just monsters. So you have all these characters that they're part of two conflicting ideas and none of it makes any goddamn sense. And Butch Hartman's just coming back and saying, yeah, they were never dead people. They were always this. forever. Even
And then
though,
if you criticize him, his thing is you haven't made cartoons, so you can't criticize cartoons.
that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to really make these, is because he actually said, if you've never made a cartoon before, you cannot critique my cartoon.
Stupid.
I've
And
made
so-
flipbook animations. That's a cartoon, fucker.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
So
It's called He's an Idiot and Can't Take Criticism.
Yeah.
It's retarded.
Him and his Christian TV
that's
network that never
That's some
happened.
pinky out bullshit.
But basically the conclusion that I have come to about Danny Phantom is it's actually a really terrible show that has amazing characters. The characters save it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the main thing we thought of is, if only it wasn't 20 minutes.
If it would have been like a 45-minute show, it probably
All
would
the
have been
episodes would have
great.
been infinitely better.
Yeah.
Everything just
'Cause
feels so
they're-
rushed because they have to.
They have all these concepts that are actually really cool in writing that they have to cram into a 20-minute time slot.
It just makes a bunch
20
of.
minutes, huh?
Yeah.
30
It's
minute, 30 minute.
Really,
time
it's
slot.
really painful. It's really painful
What did
sometimes.
it air on?
Nickelodeon. Which
Same
is
person made
weird.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, it's weird though because it's nothing like Fairly
Yeah,
Odd
my
Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents.
I like Fairly Odd Parents because the thing is, the difference between Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents is that Danny Phantom was an action adventure show that MNC tried to do overarching storyline.
Yep.
While Fairly Odd Parents is a comedy show.
Did Danny come after?
Same time. They
Same basic time,
Around the
yeah.
same basic time.
And
The thing is that Fairly Odd Parents was the dead horse that got beat to death.
yeah.
And then strung about on puppet strings.
And the thing is Danny Phantom was his.
Kept redoing
Danny
it.
Phantom was Butch Hartman's
Just
magnum
different
opus.
Scenarios.
and
And
the most recent version of Fairly Odd Parents, the final season, was animated in Flash.
I heard about that.
It looks horrible.
Yeah.
Everything looks flat. Everything
Yep.
looks like it took. It's like they took the budget and we're just like, here's the whole budget. Tink.
I think that's actually I think Danny Phantom is partially to blame for that because Danny Phantom, well, as you know, in the later seasons, it looked really good, and that was because the animation was expensive as hell.
Yeah, because the shading got better.
Yep.
The lighting effects got better.
Yep.
Just everything got better. Only problem is, as the effects went up, the story went down.
Yeah,
And then Mark
Yeah.
Hamill voiced a character.
he did actually.
He voiced a giant plant ghost.
He did. Yeah.
Ghost.
Yeah, at that point they weren't ghosts anymore. They were just monsters, but they still called them ghosts and they still had all the ghost powers. It made no goddamn sense. It's so bad.
You should have just stuck with it. Yeah, they're dead. They used to be.
I legitimately-
Kids understand more than you think
I
they do.
legitimately think that they did it partially because Nickelodeon was probably like, we should probably shy away from that. And also because I don't think Butch wanted to explain how somebody could be half dead. I don't think I think that's why he wanted to stray away from
Sounds
that.
like what it sounds like to me is that a Nickelodeon board got involved and like, well,
possible.
the ghost dead, like no, they're monsters.
Well, one of the episodes, the Ultimate Enemy, we haven't gotten to it yet. One of the episodes really deals with death, where it actually gets to the point where Danny has to face the fact that his decisions actually get his parents and his friends killed, and it drives him basically insane to the point where he becomes evil.
And he
it's-
gets to fight himself.
And he gets to fight his future self. So time travel nonsense. It's actually probably the height of the writing in the show.
Besides the time travel part, because
Aside from-
Clockwork
and
doesn't
then they're
make
like,
sense.
hey, you guys are talking a little too much about death here.
Well, because that's what I heard.
They're monsters
The
now.
main writer on the show wanted to take the show in a darker direction and wanted to explore the whole idea of death more. And Butch Hartman was like, no, let's not do that. And so then that writer got kicked off.
I'm
and
gonna
as
get
soon-
sued.
And as soon as that writer got kicked off, you could tell because the writing quality went.
It's on the same where it's like, can we just get this back on Adult Swim and just do it that way, like they did with Samurai Jack to finish it?
But like I was saying,
Samurai Jack's so good.
Danny Phantom was basically Butch Hartman's magnum opus. He has made nothing that comes even close to the quality of that show since then.
Or the beginning of Fairly Odd Parents, which was actually hilarious.
Yeah.
I watched it
Like
in the
the
beginning.
first up until Poof, everything before
Yeah.
Poof was awesome.
Yeah.
Cosmo is comedic genius.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
after, as soon, like the first couple episodes of Poof were fine. Like the
Didn't watch that far.
introducing Poof, that part with the whole Cosmo being pregnant thing was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Well, I guess
I
that
forgot
answers that.
Cosmo
It's a
got
kid.
pregnant.
Poop. The Wanda and Cosmo had a kid.
Yeah.
named
Because
Poof,
Timmy wished for it, yeah.
and,
They eventually get a dog, too. Because they're just like throwing characters at it. Like, this will revitalize the show. It
Pretty
didn't work.
That's where I think Danny Phantom was heading to. If it hadn't have
did
gotten
it.
canceled, it was about to get really bad.
Remember the Pixies? I thought they were hilarious.
The Pixies were cool, yeah.
Especially because, and then they did the rap numbers, which were
They were
great.
plain little gray creatures that basically tried to destroy Fairy World and just make everything
Paperwork and business, and the main,
bureaucrats.
the head pixie was voiced by Ben Stein.
I think they were all voiced by Ben
nice.
Stein.
They might have
weren't
been.
they? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
They always talk like he did.
Dude's a
Yeah, they were
world-class
Yeah.
economist.
pixies were bureaucrats.
Yeah.
And they ruined the funness of fairies.
Damn commies.
But and
Jorgen von Strangle.
Jorgen von
was
Strangle.
like the best character ever in that show. He's great.
Yep.
Oh God.
And the Rogue Gallery for Danny Phantom is actually probably one of the best Rogue galleries out
they
there.
had tons of cool, unique villains.
Very
to deal
unique
with.
villains. Like they weren't all just copy and paste of the same villain over. Well, they were in the end of the same villain over and over
Originally,
again.
though.
You haven't seen all the Danny Phantom episodes.
know,
Just
I'm
you
still
wait until
missing
we get to
some.
the really bad ones.
Because I mean, you had the fucking ghost with this cybernetic robot suit for some reason. He was a hunter of unique things. You had Ember, who was the fucking teen idol, uses music to mesmerize people. You had the school counselor who feeds off of misery of other people, so she gives them shitty advice so she can feed off of their misery to stay young forever, whatever the fuck. I still hate that. But there's a cool villain concept.
Yeah.
It's a great concept.
It is.
Yeah,
Somebody.
then
But
you
it
had
doesn't make any sense
fucking-
because they're ghosts.
Yeah. Why do they're the only ghosts that have this problem. So it's like, why do you two have this problem?
Yeah.
But no one else does. And then you have Vlad, who's the other
half
the antithesis to
He's had the ghost powers longer than Danny, so therefore he's better at it than Danny is. So he's the arch enemy, basically.
And then let's see, who else is there? There's Technus, the Technomancer ghost guy, who's one of my favorites.
Yep, he's
partially just because he
probably
sounds
mine too.
funny.
Yeah.
Technus! And he always talks about himself. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And then you get cool characters like Walker, the ghost fucking warden.
I mean, he wasn't my favorite, but
No, but he's a unique looking-
He's a
he's a unique
unique
guy.
He's a unique character.
And then
yeah.
there's Desiree, the ghost genie lady.
Who
Then you
breaks the show, but
yeah. Then you get characters like Wolf, who's a
Wolf
really cool
was
side
a really
character,
cool side
or the
character.
Fright Knight.
And all of these ghosts, they have, well, before they stopped being dead people, they have like these very in-depth backstories where you say, okay, Wolf looks like he was somebody from the 18th century and he speaks a different language that people have to translate. You have the dragon lady who looks like she was a European princess from medieval times. Ember has kind of a 70s vibe.
Yeah,
she's from the
punk
70s.
rock person
Punk
from
rock
back then.
from the 70s. There's a school nerd kid from the 50s. Like all of the ghosts
Even if he is the stupidest
he
character
is the
ever.
lamest villain in the show, and they only used him once, and because he's the lamest character.
Well,
in the
then
show,
there's the box ghost. He's just a comic relief character.
yeah.
But
But even
still.
he has like a somewhat of a backstory that's inferred,
Yeah.
because you think to yourself, what did he do before in his life? Well, he was probably a warehouse employee.
box collapse accident or some bullshit.
Box collapse accident or something, but not anymore because now they're just monsters. But
They had so much that was going for it, like it was there, and then
It
they
was.
just stopped.
Can't talk about death.
I guess
That's
See,
legitimately is what
That's
it
a
sounds
weird
like.
stigma in the world itself. People take death, to me at least, a very strange way, especially when it's something that you can't get away from.
Oh, it's fear death, work more, spend.
they went with this really weird idea that the ghost zone was the flip side of Earth. So if it got destroyed, the Earth got destroyed, which doesn't make any sense because the ghost zone as a whole is portrayed to be an entirely different dimension. But if it gets destroyed, only the Earth gets destroyed, which is weird because there's more in the universe other than the Earth.
I believe what you're looking for is this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Like I said,
the logic.
it's yeah. Like I said, and the series finale for Danny Phantom was awful.
It was the most lame, generic thing ever. It could have been the first Superman episode.
Pretty much.
There's a giant meteor and it's gonna blow up the universe. So you guys have to all the ghosts have to team up to phase it through Earth because one ghost can't do it, and we all gotta team up to save the universe.
That was
by intangibility.
So
was
everything
the-
has
that was
always
the-
sucked, is
yeah.
what you're saying. Everything has
No.
always sucked.
no, Danny. I mean,
there's a lot of things that were started out good and then started to suck. I'll say that. I'll give that. There's plenty of things that have made it.
And the thing is, with Danny Phantom specifically, the characters are all actually multi-layered. Like not at first, but as the show
At
goes
first,
on,
I hated Sam all the time.
Yeah.
Now she's actually at least
she's
halfway
bearable.
reasonable.
She's bearable now. But they
Fucking goth
even
people.
took the comic relief teacher, who was only really meant to be just like, you're in trouble today character. They took him and actually gave some depth to him and showed that he has interests and made him a character, actually. And it was really well. It was, unfortunately, was in the video game episode, which
Yes.
made it really sad. But they really do, as much as they don't take advantage of the 20 minutes that they have with everything else, they did take advantage of it to make their characters good.
It makes me think about one of my favorite characters in any TV show ever. That's who Mr. Lance reminds me of. Is Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World.
He was also voiced by Ron Perlman.
He was, which is whack. He didn't sound like him at all. Anybody else watch Boy Meets World? Because that show was fucking great.
I watched off and on over the years. I was more of a Reno 911 kid.
Oh.
South Park.
I watched
Rescue 911, not Reno 911. Completely different shows.
Yeah. I watched a lot of those, older sitcom style shows when I was younger, and some of those actually had some really good episodes. Especially Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is still one of the funniest shows ever.
I was babysat by an evil old woman that watched soap operas and used to try to beat us with a fly swatter. And so
Mrs.
all those
Mo,
shows,
right?
yeah.
Oh, she sounds bad.
She's a bitter old bat.
Is she dead?
She's gotta be dead by now.
If not, she's
But
We
burned
hated
country
going
music
over.
and burned like soap opera feely shows, like sitcom shows. Fucking hate them because of that old bitch.
That's a shame.
Her fault.
Fresh
And
Prince
boxed
is good.
macaroni and cheese too.
Family Matters was really good.
Yeah.
Did I
Hated.
do there?
Hated her.
Yeah.
Hated her. Now I'm in bad mood. Old babysitters.
Yeah,
I was always
I'm
babysat
looking-
by my sister, who kind of sucks. So I mean, I have the feeling. Granted, it wasn't that bad, but she used to jump out in her Scream outfit and chase me around the house with a knife. I got her in trouble for that one time.
I stole the fly swatter from her. She told Dad. It wasn't a good time.
I'm looking forward to actually being able to get those posted, because I think that it's going to be a really fun thing, and I think this will actually get people to notice my channel, because I'm going to post I'm going to post one review every week. That's why I'm stacking them, and
Nice.
I'm timing it so that I can release the Halloween episode on Halloween and the Christmas special on Christmas.
Perfect.
Not the Fright Night episode. Wasn't horrible. Wasn't great. Mostly because Danny's plan made no sense. But Fright Night looks so cool.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. The designs of the characters are all pretty top notch. They
Like I
all
said-
very unique looking.
Like I said, Butch Hartman's magnum opus. He
And
has-
Guy Moon's music is so good.
yeah. Has amazing music.
It's one of those
Really
shows
good
where a lot of the
action.
show, a lot of the music in the background is actually just a remixed version of the theme song in a lot of parts.
For the most part, yeah.
And it
theme
sounds
song-
so different each time though, but you can
It's a
tell it has like
very-
the same beats in it. It's so good.
It's a very versatile theme song, and so they can use it. They can slow it down, and it'll sound completely different to the way it sounds when it's sped up.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Good times.
Yep.
Well, all right.
So how's
we
that-
wrap up?
What about the coronavirus?
Oh, we're all gonna die.
Okay, cool.
Yay!
Like they're quarantining some sick people against their will now.
All the
in
people on
China.
the cruise ship.
Well, that too, but they've commandeered whole hospitals because they realized that having citizens self-quarantine has led to more people being infected.
Right.
So now they're just seizing hotels and putting people in them. Even people that say that they don't have the coronavirus. So they're freaking out and don't want to go.
Yeah.
Because
That sounds like a reasonable reaction.
I don't
Yeah.
have the coronavirus, but you're sticking me with the people that have
That
the
do.
coronavirus.
Yeah.
Not to mention news has come out. They're arresting people for 3 to 7 years for spreading false information.
Wow. Like what?
Any
China has
numbers,
AIDS.
like
Ooh.
well, any of the numbers
Any
associated
different
with
numbers?
it, any of the hotels that they're going to, any videos. It's all fake news. Everything's fine. Even
okay.
though any of the videos you see, the streets are empty. Like, it's weird.
In
It's
China,
really
streets
weird.
are never empty.
No.
Yeah.
No people on the streets, no cars on the streets. It's bizarre, man. It's really bizarre. They've quarantined like 80 million people now.
Really?
cities are cordoned off. They're like no one can go anywhere. They've torn up roads, and it's fun.
Well, from what
It's-
I've heard
and it's
so
hit over
far,
here.
yeah.
First death today.
First death?
Yeah,
in
first
America?
death. Yep, first death in America today.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Who was it? Do we know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Was somebody over the age of 65
It's also in our town.
here?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah,
Maybe it was somebody I hated. Was it
they're-
Cobb?
They're
No,
researching it at
It's
the
in
lab.
the lab.
Oh.
Which honestly, big surprise. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly expected them to have it.
I expect them, but I'm also uncomfortable with it because there's some shit about that lab that's real fucky. Not to mention, this disease can survive up to 25 days on a stainless steel surface. It takes 50 seconds to transmit from one person to another if they're in the same room together, and you can transmit it 2 weeks before you even show symptoms.
That's what I heard.
And you can get it again.
Yeah.
Like once you recover from it, you can get it again.
What I've heard is that the running theory right now is it's basically just slowly, everybody's like quietly being infected right now because nobody's showing symptoms, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's
Shit, the pandemic, people learned how to play the game. Fuck.
this
They kept devolving symptoms so they can get it at everybody, and then they're just gonna be like, heart attack, go!
yeah, that's kind of like the viruses mutate, but we have no cure for this thing.
I thought China said they had a cure, though.
Oh, sure.
Can you believe what
sir.
Ching Chong Land says?
Well, I mean, I was being sarcastic, but yes.
No, they're not even saying they have a cure.
I thought you said they did say they had a cure.
Nah.
Oh.
So they're working on a cure. Should be available in the next few years.
Oh, nice.
But
So how about the fact that they say that it survives really well in cold environments? So what are your thoughts on the fact that people are saying that it's going to stop being an issue once summer hits?
this is shown to be a highly mutable disease. I don't think temperature is going to be much of a factor. It can survive on certain, just because it can thrive better in cold environment doesn't mean that it can't thrive in a warm environment.
Right.
It's from a kind of humid, warm, acrid place, right? Like
China?
the spots in China that are infected right now, some of them are warm and humid. It covers a large area. It's more than
China's
one, just
very
more
warm
than
and
just
humid.
one biome.
Can't wait to die and not have to go to work anymore.
Well, see, even China, they went and a city of 9 million people, they're not allowed to go to work until like end of February, beginning of March. And a lot of colleges and everything and schools are canceled until March. Like in April in some places.
Dude, I'm gonna hit Platinum League this season, let me tell you.
Get some food because people are going to start panicking. Panic buying, and then you're out of food.
I'll be fine. I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'll just
you
go
have
Taco
four
Bell will
roommates.
always be open.
Yeah, I'll just go take some from somebody.
Yeah.
Be like, I'll sneeze on you. Throw that food to me. Don't make me come over there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a survivable thing. Right now, it has about
That's the thing,
5%.
Which the influenza technically has a higher fatality rate,
Right.
doesn't it?
But at the same time, this only has a low mortality rate right now because it's still being taken care of. Well, if you're to believe the Chinese numbers, which their actions betray their words.
Which I've heard that it's, as of today, I've heard it overtook SARS
Yep.
in deaths. So-
The RO of it is the really concerning thing. RO is how many people, if one person is infected, how many people will they infect?
Yeah.
So like,
And obviously there's
the
only...
flu is a 1.08 on the RO scale. Spanish flu was 1.8.
1.8. Okay.
So take that for I mean, because Spanish flu killed what, 20% of the planet, 20 to 25% of the planet.
What is...
Do we have an RO
from
for
the
bubonic?
flu. I don't know it.
And that one was a gift from the Germans.
What was... what's Corona?
Corona
It's a gift from China.
is
Oh, yeah.
there's anywhere from a 3.8 to like a 4.2.
So super highly contagious.
So super highly contagious.
yeah.
Like people.
And if you don't even know you have it,
for weeks and weeks, and it's flu season. Who's going to the doctor because you got the sniffles?
Is that what it is? I thought it was like more chest stuff.
Yeah, I'm being
It's
a
flu
little
season.
hyperbolic. It's
Use
flu
the
season.
chest for
Like
flu
if
symptoms.
you have a chest cold, you go because it can present itself as severe pneumonia, and we have modern medicines to take care of that kind of thing. That's once we run out of that capability though, because it can be severe in some cases.
Yeah.
It's going to jump up a whole lot when we run out of supplies. That's what's happening in China. They did a
China
report.
also has billions of people, though.
China has billions of people, but they also have like that production. That's like what China
True.
does.
True.
They get their little slave shops going. They can
That's
pump
true.
out everything. But they did a report, and they kind of like, silly American, you misunderstood what we said. When they were talking about their mask capability when this whole first thing, like the first 2 weeks of it.
Right.
Like we have the capability to produce 10 billion masks right now. And like, oh, that's good. And like, and then a little later on, like, no, we said 1.8 billion. Like, no, you said 10. You said 10 point. Like, no, we didn't say that. We said 1.8 million. Like, wait a minute.
Oh.
It went from 10 billion to 1 billion to 1 million.
Oh, no.
Capability to make 1 million masks because they shut everything down. Like, their economy went down like 10 percentage points in the past couple days because they shut down entire areas of work. No one's going to work. They're flying drones around like with speakers to give people directions in their homes. Like, it's fun. It's fun seeing how inept everything, because half of the city of Wuhan had left on vacation for the Chinese New Year when this outbreak happened. So, like, good job with that quarantine.
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, the interesting thing that I've noticed about it is that so it is considered to be highly contagious, and obviously there's
Highly contagious, highly mutable, highly transferable.
Yeah, and thousands of people have it in China right now. Do you think that the fact that China is, obviously China is, I'm going to sound super racist right now, China is a lot dirtier of a place. It's a lot more packed. People aren't exactly superiorly healthy there to begin with.
We're not that much different around here. Look at the cities. Look at the city populations around here now, and we don't have the no one's going to the doctor for this because honestly, like, it's expensive to go to the fucking doctor. You know?
Yeah.
Especially when you go there and they say, I can't find anything wrong. That'll be $400.
Yes.
It's just like, no.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think I'll just go die next time. Thank you.
Yeah. True. So you don't think that it has a slightly harder time in America than it would in China? Not saying that it's going to not spread, but do you think that it would have a harder time to spread in places in first world countries essentially than it would in third world countries?
No, in certain parts, sure, but in major cities, they're gonna go super quick, and all it takes is one person. We're so connected. We're so connected now that could be the downfall. Because and there's also trolls. There's so many people that are like, got a cough and nothing better to do. Let's go down this way. Let's take a road trip.
True. Yeah.
And it's not like you just have, we heard over in Tachanka Village that there's they got the sick death. You see anybody come from that direction, you fucking shoot them with arrows and you don't go over there.
And there are people that are saying that are actually turning us into a racism thing, because some people are getting upset because people who don't want to die
Take the virus, bigot.
Well, no, that. But if you see a Chinese person sneeze, and you're just like, maybe I'm going to avoid that person, you're racist.
Dude, Long Beach Griffey did a skit about that, and it was hilarious.
So,
Giant person
People are pissed
about
at
to
the
cross
keys.
you up the street, you go the other way when he sneezes.
racist.
Yep.
The SJWs will destroy
The
themselves.
sweet and sour sickens.
They will destroy themselves in order to remain not racist.
Maybe they'll go up and hug the Chinese person
like,
and
don't-
they'll die themselves.
Don't worry, I'm not racist.
They're pissed in the Keys. Like there's a bunch of racism getting ready to spark off there, because all these Wuhan people they go all over the place for Chinese New Year now. Now it's not just your home anymore, but a lot of them have popped up over the last couple weeks all over places in the U.S.
Right.
The Florida Keys is one of them, but they're pissed because the locals are pissed because the Chinese people are running around in masks and buying everything, like buying all the food, all the masks. Fucking, they're buying it all up and like selling it online. They're mad at the hustle.
Dang. Sounds like they're racist.
Yep.
Every time.
Yeah, but
Speaking of racist, Trump was acquitted.
I heard about that. Yeah, and I heard that everybody's
No
mad
surprise.
about it. Like my really super
he broke so many people.
my really super left friend on Facebook posted a picture that of O.J. Simpson that said just because they're acquitted doesn't mean they're innocent or something like that. And I remember thinking, this is before I even heard.
Funny story. O.J. was found guilty.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember hearing about that.
When you make a point, you're just wrong because you didn't fact check. Because you're just like, this means Orange Man bad. Share button.
Somebody forgot about civil court.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that the Dems are pissed off right now and demanding a video to be taken off of Twitter and Facebook.
Well, he was acquitted of both charges, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, total acquittal.
If he wasn't,
Total
he
acquittal.
wouldn't be able to
Run for
run
office.
for
No,
next
they had
office.
stipulation in there like removed from office, not able to run or hold any office of distinction. Like they were really.
So
How
were you
dare
expecting that to happen?
Yeah, I was expecting that.
100%. There's no way in fuck he was actually getting removed.
Yeah. No,
Anybody who thought that was actually going to happen is a fucking moron.
No, but this is all a move. This is all a move to either get an anti-corruption bureau or to pave the way to include the next round, because this isn't over. This is just season 1 of impeachment. Season 2, we're coming back and we're impeaching Republican senators too because they were corrupt, that they acquitted the president's corruption, so they're corrupt with it, so they also have to be removed. They can't vote.
I heard that there was one Republican guy or whatever.
Yeah, Mitt Romney, he's a fuck puppet.
Well, no, not Mitt Romney. It was some other Republican.
He's used up jizz sock of a human.
Yeah. But so other Republican guy, and the media was really going after him recently, and they were sitting there yelling, "It's like he name dropped the whistleblower." And it's,
Oh,
That's
Rand Paul.
yeah, like the whistleblower's name's been out for a while.
The whistleblower's name's been out allegedly because they can't. No, he caused a big stir because the way that it was going up is the Chief Justice oversaw and he was reading each individual senator's question.
Right.
Wouldn't ask his question like, wait a fucking second, these are supposed to be jurors. They should be able to get any information that they're requesting right there.
Right.
But he refused to read it because it'll expose a whistleblower. And like, wait a fucking second. Everyone's running around saying we don't know who the whistleblower is. Then if Rand Paul doesn't know who the whistleblower is, and Schiff doesn't know who the whistleblower is, and the Chief Justice doesn't know who the whistleblower is, how does asking that question endanger the whistleblower?
Bum, bum,
Like, we're just joking when we said we didn't know who he was. Like, didn't matter.
It's you, isn't it?
What?
It was me.
Yeah.
No,
My stomach
it
growled.
came from here.
My stomach growled. Yeah.
But this
Way to
was
ruin the
this was this was this was all. They knew that they weren't. This is Nancy Pelosi didn't want impeachment for this very reason.
Dude,
It's
I
because
just hate her last name.
Pelosi. What was going on with her ripping up his speech or whatever? I watched the video of that. and I was kinda-
That's the video that they're trying to get removed from Twitter.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the one. Okay.
Yeah,
Isn't that
because it shows her in a misleading way.
Yeah.
isn't that against the law to rip up a legal document
So
like that?
technically, yeah, but if you're gonna get Nancy Pelosi on tearing up a document, like
I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, isn't that actually illegal?
it's an
Yeah, because
official
it's a
document,
historical
and
document.
yeah, like technically, yeah, but like that's like sending somebody away for defacing currency. Like if you
guess,
rip a dollar, that's technically a felony. Come on.
I mean, yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I would.
There's so many, like Nancy Pelosi literally comes from a crime family, a Baltimore mob family, like legitimately does. And you can tag her on so many other things.
I watched this little piece of CNN recently about that, and it almost gave me cancer. But
on what?
on Nancy Pelosi ripping up the whatever.
Both sides of it are irritating. Like,
well,
you're
they
just
basically
giving
were-
her what she wants.
Well, yeah,
she wants
but-
attention because she's spoiled little.
They were basically running
Crypt
with
keeper.
they were running with the idea that's like, oh, she's just fed up with all the lies, and this was the only way she could show it. It's like, wow, that's a really
What a terrible way to
that's
show
a
it.
really mature way
Having
to
an
show
over
it.
emotional response. Wow.
Not
that's-
even over a
That's why
premeditated
she kept-
over emotional response, because they went and they caught other video where like halfway through she went and she pre-tore them, so make sure that she wouldn't fuck it up. Like, goddamn.
Wow.
When you're so bad, you
So
can't even
petty.
make sure you do it on the first try.
The pre-tear.
I need to play this on story mode so I don't mess it up.
You, when watching each part, when she was reading the speech and she'd flip it over, she'd tear it before putting it into her next pile.
What a like. Okay.
Whack ass bitch.
And people bitching about it on both sides, like, yeah, good and proud. You're retarded, and she should be in prison for that. Like, that's also retarded.
It's a piece of paper.
Like,
Yeah.
stop it. Stop with your pomp and circumstance bullshit. Like, stop it.
It's time to stop.
Yes.
Insert clock.
I have a lot of Filthy Frank in my Danny Phantom reviews, and it's hilarious.
The best one, because the one that you showed me was great, the vegan one. Because you said the ham-fisted, and I was like, that's against vegans. And he's like, oh, damn. Insert part of the vegan video from Filthy Frank where he leans into someone and goes, hey, I'm vegan. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
All right, we should wrap this up, but I want, real quick,
'Kay.
the Iowa caucuses, since it's
Oh,
pretty
this
fresh.
Oh,
Real
no.
quick. Just real
Okay,
quick.
before we do that, one question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, how did the Democratic debates go?
I
God.
quit. It's so boring. Like, they're so nothing. Like,
Do you
there's
believe in the
nothing new.
possibility of yes? Sure, I considered it one day I might.
There's a quote that Buttigieg had that everyone's bragging on. That dude, they're pushing him to be the top contender, which I don't understand because nobody.
Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg. He that's the new Great White Hope because Biden is like, you know,
He's not going to win.
he's got his lead boots sinking down to the bottom of the ocean right now.
What about Bernie? I need your financial support.
Bernie-
That's one of my favorite
They
memes.
don't want
Once
Bernie
again,
to win.
asking
What?
for your
They don't want Bernie to win.
They don't.
What
Oh,
about
okay.
Elizabeth Warren, she
No, I was
stung
gonna say
herself in the foot.
Asian guy.
Oh,
Yang?
Yang.
He dropped
Yang.
out a while ago, didn't he?
No,
No,
he's still in it. He was in the debates, but he
Oh, that's too bad.
he's underperforming. No, he's a funny
Typical Asian. Probably has corona.
meme. There've been a lot of people that have been doing some good memes for him.
Putting a mask over it.
Oh shit.
Okay,
So yeah.
so
Anyway,
So the Iowa
Iowa
caucuses. I don't want to go in and explain what caucuses are too terribly much because it's a nut roll. Basic overview is there's people go to schools and shit all over Iowa State. And they'll go and they'll try to get people to vote for their person. So enough people go and vote, you get a delegate. And that's how that's done. So it's like caucuses and primaries. Primaries, you just vote like normal fucking things do. But all these people that go up represent a number of delegates. You get enough delegates, you win the state. In the event of a tie, like if there are enough people so Bernie has 64 people petitioning for him, Biden has 64 people petitioning for him, can't get any more go-between, can't convince someone to come across the aisle. In the event of a tie, it goes to a coin flip.
Which is stupid.
We, as a nation, decide who get delegates, who gets to run as president for the United fucking States. We decide by a coin flip.
And I bet they flip pennies or some shit.
Oh my
It
goodness.
was a coin. It was heads and tails.
So
Well, I mean, yeah, but is it a penny?
Yeah,
That's 1 out of 100. That's not trustworthy.
there's a couple.
Yeah, because
if
they used
Oh, no, wait. Just let him finish. Because this is a mind blower.
We were memeing, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you'll be able to do some good memes off of this bullshit. Anyway, so to control this chaos, because as you can imagine, a bunch of people in a gym and counting up numbers, trying to get everything even, gets a little fucky. So they wanted to have an app to be able to settle
I already know what this
out.
is. It's retarded.
This app name is called Shadow Inc.
I thought you were going to say Ray Shadow Legends.
Sponsored by
Raid Shadow Legends, the most ambitious RPG of 2019.
All right.
So sponsored by Shadow Legend. This Shadow Inc. Woo! It is run by the top four, the COO, CTO, and whoever the other two at the top of a company are all former Hillary Clinton aides.
Okay.
This company was donated to by Buttigieg,
Okay.
person running for president, and Biden. Naturally, a big old snafu happened. They still don't have the results in. Today, they still don't have it all the way in. There's still no clear winner because it became a big old nut roll with those ties. There were 64 districts that went to a tie for Buttigieg, right?
Okay.
Out of those 64 coin tosses, he won 64 of them.
Is it possible?
He should
Yes.
play a lottery ticket.
Probability, no.
It's like a 1 in 8 billion chance.
How about that?
Mwah.
Yeah.
They went because they fucked up the app. The app completely fucked up, and they had to go back and count everything by paper after. And they went and did this, and so they had rounding errors. They had significant rounding errors, and when you round one up, that's another delegate that gets created. So out of 1,800 delegates, 500 of those were for a rounding error. And at the time of that, Bernie Sanders was only behind him after that accounting error. Was only behind by 18 delegates, and they're still trying to declare Buttigieg the winner. He also, but when there were zero results, he went out and started tweeting and went on stage to declare his victory. Just a couple days too early. Also, that Shadow Inc. company is a smaller subsidiary of a company named Acronym, which is a George Soros company.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Funny how that works out.
But it's the Russians that hacked it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they came out yesterday.
So
that actually came out yesterday.
It's Trump's
Russians,
fault.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
Trump's fault that the Iowa caucuses went poorly.
Okay.
Russia did it. Alt-right 4chan users.
Right, 4chan users.
I'll tell you this right now. I was on 4chan when I was no such thing was happening.
Oh.
Like we weren't. Who the fuck is gonna call into Iowa? What are you gonna do?
Anonymous
What are you gonna do?
doing it
Like they
again.
were making anonymous phone calls and blocking up the phone lines. What the fuck are you talking about? What? No.
Somebody was
Why
on the
would
internet,
Anybody do that?
They were on the internet, so they couldn't use the phones.
Yeah, you clogged up their app because mom, turn off the microwave.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's amazing.
Also, we're also terrorists now. By the way,
Yeah.
same terrorist list as ISIS. Y'all are roped in here with.
I thought we were already terrorists. When did this?
No. Officially, according to the FBI,
Right.
alt-white and alt-right nationalists are on the same terrorist list as ISIS.
That's ISIS. Wow.
Dude, we're moving on.
So,
we're on a list.
So you see people with vests and earpieces start running.
I mean,
Nah, dude,
Don't
I've already learned how to
be
fight
rich.
these people. I just start taking off my clothes. They'll be so terrified that they're just gonna fuck off.
I don't know. There's a lot of gay shit that goes on at the FBI apparently.
Yeah, I mean, they'll get naked, which means I have a good shot to just fucking crush their nuts, and they'll be dead.
Maybe they're into crush stuff.
I'm just gonna It's that or shin kick.